Welcome, everybody, to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, live from my bookie studios. It is Wednesday, May 12th. Happy Hump Day, everybody.
Hump Day.
I'm a girl, Pilar Lester. We've got D-Mac. We've got Tom Azaway. We've got Fish in the Fish Bowl. Easy D behind the glass. And our newest member to the Woodward Sports Network family, Jeff, manning all of our social media. So make sure you are joining in on the conversation at Woodward Sports across the board. And, of course, that you are giving us a call. 313-552-6322 is the number where you can chime in on the conversations. And, of course, later on in the 4 o'clock hour, you will be able to play our world-famous Get Home with Hall Financial Sports Trivia for your chance to win a $100 gift card to either Lashish or Detroit Wing Company. Both places are amazing.
Amazing.
Big show today. Lots to cover. Some
really
exciting news. Exciting news all over the place. But first, Maz, let's get to your sports update.
You got it, Pilar. Welcome, everybody. Happy Hump Day indeed. And thank you to mybookie.ag, of course, our studio sponsor, and they bring you today's sports news. Don't forget, use that code Woodward10. That promo code gets you a free $10 play with MyBookie, and Woodward obviously will get you a $1,000 bonus. When you put $1,000 in, they will match it for you on your initial deposit. So take your choice. It's NFL schedule release day, and it's been like the Titanic around the Twitter world, around the social media world. The schedules are leaking everywhere. You're supposed to wait till tonight at 8 o'clock before you open up your Christmas gifts. So here we go. The season opener in Tampa Bay, the Buccaneers will host the Dallas Cowboys. Pilar, how about that? You get the opening day. Excuse me.
What's it going to feel like to go 0-1 opening day? Are you used to that with Dallas, Pilar, or what?
We're going to
feeling
start
confident
tough.
about your
We're going to
home
start
opener?
tough.
You didn't really
I do.
sound too excited.
I do. I'm always going to say home opener. Listen, it could be like the Detroit Tigers, right? We start off the season winning, but then we just kind of go downhill from there.
Did you just compare the Cowboys to the Tigers?
No, I did. I'm just saying it could be like that. But I actually expect really big things.
for his Giants.
Big things for the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, you sounded real enthusiastic.
I do. I don't want to get too carried away. Remember, I am
Really? I'm a Lions
Detroit
fan. Let's
Lions
go.
fan. Ask me what I think about the Lions.
What about the Lions?
Hey, we
Yeah,
wait.
baby.
Thursday, September 9th, that is opening night. It'll be the Cowboys and the Buccaneers. Always the Super Bowl champion gets opening night. Lions open their season at home against the San Francisco 49ers. Yes, Jared Goff. And guess what? He's lost his last 4 starts against the 49ers, by the way. Just a little sidebar. But it's new days, right? He's here in Detroit. Lions, by the way, it leaked. Week number 2, they'll be playing at Green Bay on Monday Night Football. How about that? A nationally televised game in week 2 for the Lions. And they'll get good weather at Lambeau. They don't have to go freeze their ass off.
And hopefully, they're not going to have to play
That's
against
a great
Aaron
point,
Rodgers.
Maz.
Right?
The fact that they have to play that early in the year.
It's
and
the best
hopefully
time.
it's a right, exactly, where it's not have to battle the cold and stuff.
And Aaron Rodgers might not be there.
Hopefully.
Maybe.
We'll see. Who's going to be the quarterback? By the way, that game is off the board. Any game with Green Bay in it right now on the schedule, the line makers have not put a line up. And they're the only team that they have not put a line up against. How about the Bears? They're going to be in Detroit on Thanksgiving Day. At least that's what the leak says out of Chicago. How about these other matchups? Jets visit Carolina. Why do I bring that game up? Because the Jets will play their ex-quarterback, Sam Darnold, against the kid from BYU, Zach Wilson. And their Raiders
the hot mom.
will host the Ravens in Vegas on Monday Night Football to open up the NFL season there. Meanwhile, in baseball, Tigers squandered a late 7-run lead last night, came back to win it 8-7 over the Royals. Robbie Grossman with a walk-off single in the ninth. He had 5 RBI, first time he's ever done that. KC is in a free fall. They've lost 9 in a row since leading that AL Central earlier in the year. Remember we were comparing the Royals rebuild and how good they are and everything? Well, they've hit the skid. Same 2 teams tonight. Danny Duffy, excellent pitcher of Kansas City, against the kid, Casey Mize from Comerica Park. Tigers looking for their first 3-game win streak since sweeping the Astros back on April the 12th. The Pistons did their job last night. Who watched it?
We got play-by-plays by Easy. What are you talking about?
Who watched it?
We got
Pistons?
play-by-plays.
When I heard that they were down a lot early, then I was happy.
Yeah.
Then I could go off and watch
Cruise
different
control.
things.
Yeah, it was.
They lost 119-100 to the T-Wolves. Detroit falls to 20-50. That's the second worst record in the NBA. They've all but sealed a top 3 pick. At least that's what our man Rod Beard is saying. They'll wrap it up against the Nuggets on Friday and the season ender against the Heat on Sunday. How about the Stanley Cup playoffs? 6 of 8 first-round playoffs are locked in. Game 1, Bruins and Capitals from Washington, D.C., Saturday night. That's going to lead off the playoffs. But during the playoffs, Mac, they're still going to have regular season games ending. These are the other matchups. Isles and the Penguins. The Hurricanes and the Predators. Panthers and Lightning. Man, that one is that's a death blow right there. The Leafs and Canadiens. That's going to be another good one. Oilers and Jets. The West is still up for grabs. 4 teams. It just matters who's going to play who. St. Louis, Vegas, Colorado, and Minnesota. We'll know by the weekend. Rangers, by the way, they fired their head coach, David Quinn. So they are starting all over. New GM, President Chris Drury, and a new Ranger team. And, of course, they will have an enforcer on that team next season. 10 horses go to the post. Saturday's Preakness Stakes from Pimlico. The Derby champ, Medina Spirit, running despite the Baffert controversy. He gets post 3, and his stablemate, Concert Tour, will leave out of the 10-hole. 1 horse returning besides Medina Spirit, and that's Midnight Bourbon. He runs out of the 5-hole with Mike Smith.
Did you know I looked into this a little bit more, Maz, and Baffert agreed that pre-race testing on both his horses for everything, which is, sort of,
Nice.
It was wondering what's the deal you struck because of everything else, but that was the case if anybody was wondering. So we might be into the conversation we had yesterday about maybe they do the testing before and then after.
Which I don't know why they didn't do it before anyways.
They could do it before and they could do it after too, so you can't throw anything in there during the mix, right? Like loading it up after, like boxers are known to cut weight and then put 10 or 15. No, you got to do it before to make sure all the stuff that is supposed to be, that is legal, supposed to be out of your system, and then after also.
The crappy part is if Medina Spirit loses this race, and I don't think he will, they're all going to say, oh, he was drugged up the first race. That's the only reason he won. But I think he wires this field. I think Pilar's horse, Midnight Bourbon, will be there at the end as well. We take it to this day in sports.
Wait, at the end, as in Pilar, don't bet on him again?
No, he'll be there.
Cost you money as well? Because you said at the end.
My pick yesterday, last night's pick, was to key the 5 early, which is your Midnight Spirit. So what Matt just said is he likes my bet and key in the 5. He'll be in. When he says that, it means he'll be in the ticket. In the ticket means you want that number because you're going to cash.
Well, then I'm going to have to put that bet in while we're here because I know I might overthink it and be like, you know what, forget it. You guys are just going to have to set it for me, and then I'm going to forget it.
We will take care of it.
Set it and forget it.
Yeah.
I think it's 1-5-10 cold myself. We'll see how it goes. It's not going to pay much.
1-5-10 cold? Are you
1-5-10 cold. $20 trifecta.
That's worth the nickel straight up, man.
$20 straight trifecta. 1-5-10.
Oh, look at ball or shot call or 20-inch.
It's only 10 horses.
Wow.
The best horses there.
Shoot, that's
you play it.
At least I need to learn to bet horses with a
Mike,
smaller.
I'm sure he did.
Hold on.
Holla.
Hold on. I got to take that back. I meant 3-5-10, not the 1. 3 is Medina Spirit. 3-5-10 cold.
I need to learn to bet like you guys, smaller numbers. I went 200 and then 100.
Well, you got the money.
Payoff.
All in on one
That's the deal
stupid
or no deal.
horse.
And you're looking at the cases for
TV
so long
star,
with millions
you
of
do it all,
dollars.
kid.
I was like, I'm going to go all in. This is it, baby. We're throwing it all in.
Paul, you want me to tell you a little secret? Because I'm also going to give out a couple teachable moments here. But here's a little bit of a secret. If you just want a slice of the pie.
Yeah, right. I wanted the whole thing.
It is, you don't need to eat the whole pie. Just take your slice, what you deserve, what you've put in for, and the universe will work it out.
You're right. I was in that. I just want to be like,
or ball it up and go hard and heavy and bring home the cheddar.
Hey, I got a little non-sports news here before we get into this day in sports. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class of 2021 was introduced today. You want to know who they are?
Ooh.
Tina Turner.
Agreed.
Nice.
Who was not in before for some reason. Foo Fighters.
Yeah, that's my favorite band. Dave Grohl is my man crush, by the way.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
Okay.
Carole King, whose last hits were back in the 70s, but I'm surprised.
Why are you hating on good music, good singer-songwriters from back in the day? Do you not know Carole King?
Of course I do. I like Carole King. I love her. I'm saying, what took so long to get her in?
I'm surprised that she hasn't been in.
Here's a group I used to dig. I love their lead singer, the Go-Go's. Belinda Carlisle.
I'm surprised a lot of these haven't been in yet.
And Todd Rundgren, who was a terrific singer-songwriter back in the 70s and 80s as well. So that's your Hall of Fame class going into Cleveland's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. If you haven't been there, it's really a fun day to go give it a shot. Now we go to This Day in Sports. On this day in 2016, this gigantic man, Giancarlo Stanton, hits one into Chavez Ravine in L.A. Check this out.
Stanton drives it left field, absolutely crushed, and out
but definitely
of Dodger Stadium.
You don't see that every night. Frank Howard, Willie Stargell, Mark McGuire. That's about it.
My goodness. Even the fans here at Dodger Stadium are giving Stanton an ovation. Absolutely crushed over the pavilion, and it's 1-0.
Oh, my.
Let's look at this guy. Unbelievable.
I love a left fielder. Doesn't even move. Not even one step, just looks over his shoulder.
It cleared the stadium. Only 4 players have hit it out of Dodger Stadium. Giancarlo Stanton, the last of them.
Wow.
In 2015. What a horse he is. And if he could only stay healthy, he probably would have broke a lot of records. But was that by Stablemate Easy?
That's a good one.
I had to throw you in there,
think
man.
he's a Roy guy?
He's got 2 horses in this race. He's got the Maz and the Easy.
You hear Easy? He thinks he's a steroid guy. That's bullshit, man.
That was phenomenal.
Let me hear my Stablemate again.
And that's a standard bread right there if I ever heard one, Maz. Put a buggy on Easy. Put a buggy on Easy.
I'm just glad the camera wasn't on me.
That was...
Now they're talking to Coldplay.
This was like a Bug's Life. Those 2 little
We're
weebles
talking
or
trash.
whatever they were.
We're talking trash about you guys.
Yeah. It's okay. You guys keep talking that way. You knock yourself out. Oh, my
You
goodness.
sure will.
Hey!
I'm gonna send Easy an awesome tweet from earlier today. We'll play it when we come back.
My goodness, somebody's got the silly bugs in them. All right, guys, so much more show to come. When we come back, let's talk about the leaks of the NFL schedule that is being released. So stick around. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
We are here, downtown Fenton, my favorite Bridge Street Exchange.
That's right. And you want to switch up your wardrobe this summer? It's this easy. You ready, Joey?
I'm ready.
All right, you ready? I like it. You want to do it again?
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right. Ooh, Brixton. Nice. One more time?
Yes.
Ooh, I like the hat on this one, too. You ready to do it one more time, Joey?
I'm getting tired. One last one.
All right, let's change it. Bro, where's your shirt? You need new clothes this summer. Bridge Street Exchange in Fenton. That's where you need to go. Thank you, guys.
Hey guys, start a new career in an industry that is always essential, the heating and cooling industry. Learn more today by visiting northwesterntech.edu. Hey!
Phillies run Friday.
Yep, Black-Eyed Susan. The Black-Eyed Susan.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. All right, guys, let's talk about this NFL schedule. Are we excited? So first off, if you go to the NFLnetwork.com and you try to see the official schedule for 2021, you see nothing. It says nothing's available yet because it's supposed to not be released until 8 p.m. tonight?
Yeah.
8 p.m. tonight.
National TV.
But leaks everywhere.
It's like the Titanic. Those kind of leaks.
Yeah, there's a caveat tonight, or to that, and tonight. I read that they'll be posted on the team's page at 7:45.
Nice.
Before the show at 8.
Before the show. So
yeah, so I guess every team will post it at 8 o'clock or at 7:45 tonight.
Okay.
And the show's at 8. I've already boycotted the schedule thing. I think at 8 o'clock they should boop, put the schedule out at once.
You're right,
not just
AEW's on
January.
TNT at 8 o'clock. You're right. Don't get in my way of my garbage.
Not just January. Let's give you who you're going to play. May. Let's sprinkle in who. No, just bang it out at once, 8 o'clock. That would be more suspense because you can say, ooh, the Lions could play the Rams in Detroit, but we know they can't. So if they suspend this, whatever the word is.
I like how you used the word caveat, by the way. Did you pick that up from Mac?
No, I think I've used that word before.
Soliloquy.
No,
All
I
right,
think
guys.
you should just bang it at once.
Wait, but
All right, guys.
put your mic on.
Do you see who's behind Easy?
That means Corey must have another leak. How many more leaks do you have?
you got a
Raiders
leak?
Association, Corey Woods.
Hey, what up, dog?
What up, dog?
Hey,
He said, "What's up?" Say that title again. Say that.
Who are the Lions playing in the playoffs? Go ahead, Corey.
you know what? I don't know who, but hopefully their season starts a lot better than this guy's. Panay Sewell just announced that he has COVID.
Oh, okay, good. We'll get it over with.
Get it out of the way now.
Yeah, get it over with.
now.
Yes, but guys,
Thanks,
so
Corey.
just remember this. How are his symptoms? What's going on with his symptoms? Like,
Well, I'm going to go ahead and read his tweet verbatim.
Okay.
He says, found out this past weekend I tested positive for COVID. Really wish I was heading to my new home today and to be able to be at minicamp with my new teammates and coaches. Looking forward to getting cleared, to getting out to the D as soon as I'm cleared. So
nice, man.
Wow.
Thank you, Corey.
Well, that's just gonna
I wonder
piss
if
him
he
off
got
that he's
it.
not there. Like a guy like me, well, he's young too, but as you get older, you're like, oh man, what a blessing.
He's
know,
a
it's
bust
man-
already.
Man, he's
no,
he's-
but what I will say, no,
Told you not
I
to
just
take him.
want to say,
Didn't I tell you?
you said
Told you.
Oh my
He's
God.
a
what
bust.
I want to
Shut
say
your
is like,
mouth.
there's a lot of times,
Wearing
and
your
I'm
San
happy that it
Francisco
happened
shirt.
now, but it sucks that it did happen, period, because people aren't the same. Like, it takes a while. How long was it that my husband had COVID? Back in...
He pretended.
Yeah, but the season
No, he
doesn't
didn't.
start
He just wanted
for a
you to
while.
wait on
Right,
it.
but it
Now's
was
the
back
perfect
in
time to have it.
early April was when he got COVID.
A lot of athletes
He's
have had it.
just now. No, I know, but what I'm saying is he's just now. My husband's in phenomenal shape. He is just now starting to be able to get on the Peloton.
Yeah, we saw how
okay,
what the shape he was in when you were
okay.
feeding him grapes.
Stop
Hey.
it!
You have that
Stop
picture of
it!
her feeding him grapes?
Birmingham, you guys. Yes, you didn't know.
I'm
the
just
Queen of
saying.
Birmingham.
I'm just saying that it takes people. Okay, let's look at Cam Newton last year. After he got COVID, he just wasn't the same.
I think he's
just
everybody's
wasn't the
different.
He wasn't
I
in
think
shape
it's
like your
time
husband,
will
though.
tell. I
Yeah,
look at
well, I
it
was
on
waiting
the
to say
schedule
that.
wise that this is the perfect time for him to have it if he's got to have it or he's gonna have it.
Just feed him
So-
grapes, Pilar.
What
He'll
did
be
you
fine.
say?
Yeah,
What did you say,
geez.
Mikey TikTok?
Just feed
Pilar,
your
you were
grapes.
waiting to say that. You just wanted to be like, my husband has a six-pack and COVID impacted him. His
He
pec
said an
muscles
8,
and his
bro.
biceps were just so distraught when he had it. Oh my God.
Listen, nobody came in here saying that my husband's got a six-pack, all right? I said he's in excellent shape. All right, Fish,
Round is
what
a
do
shape
you...
too, Pilar.
I hate you guys. Fish, what do you...
I hear that COVID attacks healthier people more than unhealthy people because it's attacking the healthy cells and
There
the
you
body's
go.
trying to
That's
combat
it.
it.
I do
So
Fish
if your
knew it.
body's trying to combat
Fish always
something
had the
healthy,
answer to
then it's
COVID.
going to destroy the healthy cells, and then that's how your body gets more defeated because it's trying to combat it and it can't.
I heard
COVID's not into
So-
fat chicks, I guess. Per fish. Per fish.
We got Dr. J, we got Dr. F, we got everybody here.
Is it a Friday? I'm sorry.
My point
guys.
is it's perfect.
I hope
Matt,
it's
I just
Friday. Is it
realized
Friday
we're in the
anything?
San
It's
Francisco
only
time.
Wednesday. Listen up, party people. You guys still got 2 more days of us before you get a break for the weekend. All right, so, man, I'm sweating. Penaso, thinking of my hot husband.
Not six-pack. Tony, get it. Dude, I just got a call.
kidding.
He's down there doing, no, he's off the Peloton. He's doing power crunches right now. Abs.
Y'all
for
don't
80s.
understand. Like
6-minute abs. He's on it.
it took him a long time to get back to normal. He's still not even back to normal on the Peloton. That's what I'm saying.
Let him
Like,
out on the golf course more. He'd be getting back to normal. It's the fresh air. It's just
No.
being outside with his buddies
He
and
can work
drinking and
out.
stuff. He
Have
needs that.
him ride the Tour de France.
right?
Let's get him
On
out
the
there.
Peloton.
No, in France. That would be a good workout.
He just had COVID in early April, and his lungs are still trying to get back
Oh,
to
poor
normal.
little lungs.
What about the Mavs, though?
Listen.
You know what? If his lungs are as strong
Naz,
as mine.
you had COVID. Were you able to bounce back right away?
I bounced back the next day.
Well, did you get on a Peloton or something?
I have a Peloton in the basement.
Did you
we got
get
laundry
on
on it.
Did you get...
That's what they're for.
So
right?
you wouldn't be able to say whether or not you felt the
I didn't have my
effects of
taste or
COVID.
smell for like 3 months, maybe even longer than that.
Well, I don't
Which
care
sucked.
about his taste or his smell. I care about his insurance.
I know, we know that.
Clearly, you just care about his six-pack.
No,
and how
I'm
he
not
fit
even
and how
talking
he
about
looks.
my husband anymore. I'm talking about Panay Sewell.
Oh, Penny Sewell.
I'm just talking about
I told you he was a
how
reach.
he has.
It was a reach.
Told you. Should have traded the pick. Told you.
Oh my goodness!
clown.
All right. So let's see here. He's got when? How long to get ready for who, Maz?
He's got mini camps coming up. He's fine. He'll be fine. He blocks people. He pancakes people.
There you go.
He's going to be fine.
There you go. Yeah, hopefully. Hopefully
In
he'll
this
be.
case, I think he's just hungrier to get here, and we'll be prepared as far as studying the playbook.
Wait
and
till he
stuff
gets
like
here
that.
and sees the weather. He'll be running right back to his island.
Real fast.
Right back.
Real fast. All right. So yes, let's talk about this NFL schedule. Leaks everywhere. Do they know the sources of the leaks, Tom? Like, there's actually on Twitter an NFL schedule leak. Like it's
The New York Post already has the whole giant schedule out. I mean, you know, I hate this because I'm one of those guys that don't like to open his presents like you. You open all your presents when you see them all wrapped for Christmas, Pilar. You unwrap them. I like to wait. I don't want to see.
Because she tells what to get for
I know.
Christmas, Maz.
I don't.
Listen.
I don't ask for anything.
I want to wait. You know, the show was coming up. It was something for me to look
Well,
forward to.
why would you when you got the King Anthony there? I mean, you know it, so you at least you understand. Sorry, Maz.
It's okay. You want me to just let me know when you want me to
I
continue?
don't ask for anything, just vegetables.
Anyway.
Like carrots.
You know, the schedule is going to be released tonight. I was looking forward to seeing where everything laid out, but everything is laying out the way it is. Lions are going to host the Niners. By the way, 49ers favored by 7. Isn't that correct, Easy? 49ers are favored by 7? Or is it the Lions?
Yeah, well, what had happened there,
wait.
Young Easy? Because, Maz, do you want to segue into this?
I could. Before we get into the rest of the schedule, you want to wait a minute?
Wait, let's see what Fish has to say real quick. And then we're going to regroup and reorder this. Fish.
I just want to say, Maz, how was it in the past with the NFL schedule releases? Did they bang it all at once?
Well, they never used to have shows about them, but let's face it, the NFL Network, since that was born, they're going to make a show about anything. You know, they'll make a show about anybody that's in the league, just so they could put programming on it. I was looking forward to seeing it. But this morning, you get these texts and you see all these tweets, and all of a sudden someone puts out the spreads. And I've got a picture of the spreads, the real spreads. Put that up, Easy. It's from Yahoo. There it is. That was this morning. Am I correct?
Okay.
That's not the one I sent you, is it?
Yes. You sent, well, there's 2 of them.
I sent you one from Yahoo.
You sent these 2.
No. See, you're on the old schedule. You're on the old thing again. You and me got to get together on the emails. Nonetheless, they put up the number, and it said 49ers versus Lions, and it had Lions.
Well, why doesn't Easy just pull up his post that he posted?
Okay, he can do that.
Right?
He can do
Because this
that.
is where we're getting to, and if he didn't have it the way he wanted, Easy, you better put up the graphic of what we're going to do right now so you can explain yourself. But everybody out there, Easy created a new segment for me, and this is what it's called.
Teachable moment.
Teachable moments.
Look at Scotty.
By Scotty Bowman. Because what do I always say? Scotty Bowman effect is you're allowed to make mistakes once. Just don't do them again, and we're going to look into this. So as Mazzo was eloquently going to put it, is that PFF had put up the improper stats. And when I always talk about don't tell me what, tell me who, where do you go for your information on anything, right? It doesn't matter what we're talking about. So the fact that it got put up there like this, and so what happens here as a team, and this is a teaching moment because this is about team, this is about the hook, because it just so happened that the responsibility was on our line mate. And I wanted him to explain what had happened, because here's the one thing, guys, where I always say pure intentions. His pure intention wasn't to do anything but to get it out there for you guys, except that he missed a few steps. I don't know if anybody at home has ever got caught speeding. And I don't mean in your car, I mean in your life. So it's about to slow it down and using the resources around. Why do I call this a Scotty Bowman teachable moment? Because one of the stories I don't tell very often is one that I'm pretty embarrassed about. And when we have Chris Draper on the program, he loves telling this story. But yeah, back in the day, irresponsibly, I showed up, I was drunk at practice one day from an all-night bender. And you can read my book to go into all that stuff.
What's that book called again, man?
My Last Fight, True Story of a Hockey Rock Star. Anyways, one of the things is that it was so bad that after practice, Scotty in his fatherly form pulled me into his office. And we sat down there and we had this heart-to-heart, not yelling at me, not anything, but looking and saying, I'm better than this. And the opportunity that I had with everybody around me that loved me to whatever it was. And to me, it was always about the family and the team. I've preached that. So it's about slowing it down a little bit, because what you don't understand is my actions, what he had to make me feel. Is my actions that I didn't realize because I'm Darren McCarty and worried about this and what am I doing next and this and trying to work hard, is that because I'm hungry, I want more, is that it affects everybody else outside. It affects the Steve Yzermans. I wouldn't think it would. The Sergei Fedorovs, they care. It affects them. What I'm trying to say is every little action, there's a bigger action. And in here, what the problem usually is when you're trying to get information out, if you get misinformation, it looks bad on the team. That's what Scotty was trying to make the point to me, is you have to take a look at the team. So the fact that, the fact that we got ahead of this, or the fact that you make a mistake and you own up to it and then you don't make the same mistake. So easy, I think it's important because this is part of the growing pains, and it's not all roses and stuff like this and a lot of things that go on behind the scenes around here as everybody's trying to do their best, but at times things go a little bit astray, but this is how we get it back on. So and it's important that we hear your side and how it sort of came about, but the fact that you owned up to it and corrections and whatever else, but how will you change that in the future, or what did you learn from this? Did you learn something?
I was a victim of fake news.
Yes!
Fake news on PFF report, but
sucker.
Yeah, I'm a sucker. To be honest, this one's tough because the thing I learned is something I usually do. I try to do anyway is take accountability. Like at the end of the day, I'm the one who put it up. I'm the one who messed up. You just gotta roll the punch, and everything's growing pains, just as you said. That was my big takeaway, because there's not much I can do about PFF, posting their stuff, but I gotta.
But did it look fishy to you? You're a sports guy. You're supposed to be a sports guy. Because I automatically saw that line, and I went on the book to see if I could bet it. Yeah. Because I didn't know if it was screwed up or not. So
let me explain to people what you're looking at. People might not know what the hell it is.
And what's the correction? We need to see the corrected version.
It says San Francisco is at Detroit. Detroit is favored by 7. That's what -7 is. So right away when I saw that, I wrote right then and there on that PFF, I wrote back, Lions favored by 7. Are you kidding? And I had my rolling of the eyes emoji. So I knew they weren't favored. They're not going to be favored in many games at all. If they are favored, they're going to be favored by 1 point, and it's going to be against a shitty team. So nonetheless, Easy saw that and then wanted to. We all take our turns on Woodward Sports on Twitter. So we like to get the information out to our followers. We put it out. Easy put out a great text. He said, wow, Lions favored by 7 against San Francisco. Let's go. But in reality, they were getting 7 points. So that takes you to where Easy should have known the Lions weren't favored by 7.
It's as easy as this. If it smells fishy, you have, I'm going to guess off the top of my head, 30 people to ask if this smells fishy or not. Do they smell the same fish? Sorry, fish. Nothing against fish, but fish sometimes stink, especially if you leave them in somebody's luggage in their car for 2 weeks to get them back. Anyways, another story.
Oh, man.
But the whole thing is that before hitting that button, and it's a lesson to everybody, because once you hit that send button, you're responsible for it to anything else. So the fact that the accountability, all I would say is to lean on the other guys, whether it's Maz, me, Adam, Don't lean on Mikey, though, because he's small and you might break him. Or you know what I'm saying? It's more of this, if it looks fishy, because I know the fact that you're smarter, like that you saw where it looked fishy, but do you know what I'm trying to tell you?
No, it definitely was fishy. I just thought PFF's like one of those, like, I mean, they got the blue badge. I'm saying they're verified. So it's like, I trusted them.
Duh.
But I got a blue badge.
Right? Which tells you, don't tell me what, tell me who.
Right.
So when you're gonna that's the same thing as the Tom Wilson talking about suspensions and stuff. He bit before things that people have done before. Fool me once, you'll give me one time. You're not giving me twice, because then it's my fault. What's my responsibility? It's about looking in the mirror. So that's your teachable moment. I thought of Scotty and I thought of that story. So,
I love Scotty.
Yeah.
So there it is. We're moving forward and stuff like that. And PFF's got a yellow flag next to its name.
They corrected it, but a little too late.
They corrected it as well.
No, but you look at the trickle-down effect, right?
No, for sure.
Trickle-down effect to, but the fact is we're going to get in front of it, and we're not going to hide, I'm not, and if you're on
and it was just a typo on their,
right.
It was a typo on their, on their site. It happens to everybody. It sucks, but we learn, and that's it, right?
That's it.
But
yeah.
No.
All right, guys.
Oh shit.
That's not gonna be going on all show.
Yeah.
Hey.
Did you get that tweet I sent you yet?
I probably did, but there's a lot going on in here.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, there is a lot going on.
You can handle
it. We see people in and out of your booth all the time.
Pilar started talking about her husband's body. Everything's all hot now. Everything's blurry and shit. What's going on?
All right, guys. Let's talk a little bit about the news that we're hearing on Deshaun Watson.
We didn't finish anything on the schedules yet. We have not gone over any of the schedules.
Well, I thought we moved past
Why do I write anything on this thing? Why do I even bother?
All right, guys.
If we don't, can't we just finish a subject?
Because
do we have to go to another subject before finishing?
Just moved.
Can we do something?
Moved on. We
didn't move on. We didn't say anything.
All right. Well, when we come back, we're going to get to this NFL schedule, and then we're also going to be talking about Deshaun Watson possibly settling. Is this going to really happen, and how's that going to change things?
Of course it's going to happen.
Don't go anywhere. Stick around. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Morning, Art.
Morning, D-Mac.
Bridge Street Exchange, downtown Fenton. I'm trying to find me a shirt. Ooh, look at these swimming shorts. What are you doing over there, Stick?
I'm trying to find me a drink. Ooh, look at these bonfire bitters.
Ready for summer.
Let's go.
Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. All right, guys,
we're good.
Let's get. Who's doing this? All right, who's doing this? We're not doing this.
That's what happened during
moment.
the break a little bit.
Let's get to this NFL schedule. Tom, you talked about it. Oh, what? Now you don't want to do this?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I do.
You talked about it in your update.
Mama.
Everything's been leaked.
Mommy.
Everything's getting leaked. But
let me go here. The Lions hosting the 49ers, as we said, and the 49ers are favored by 7 in week 1. Now, week 2 has now sprung, and we told you about that. Somebody in Green Bay put out the Packers schedule. So we know the Lions are playing Green Bay week 2 in the good weather, and it's going to be on Monday Night Football on ESPN, and that should be fun. Bears will be here in Detroit on Thanksgiving. And now we get into the other games, the other teams. This is week 1 now. Tampa Bay will host Dallas to open up the season. That's the first game of the year. Jets at Carolina. That's Darnold against Zach Wilson. Then you got some other good games. Steelers at the Bills. That could be a definite playoff game right there. Browns in Kansas City. How about that rematch? I mean, the Browns should have beat them in the playoffs. They get a rematch now. The Browns, man, they're a real deal. What do you guys think of Cleveland?
Love them. I think that's a team, in all honesty, is that where, this team, the Detroit Lions, should be looking to them, and who would ever say the Lions looking to Cleveland to see what they've done. But the way they're putting the team together, and they've done it, we've talked about it with whoever, Michael O'Hara or Scott Bischoff or whatever, but it's the new NFL where you have your quarterback and Baker Mayfield on his first-year contract, so you can put pieces around him and let him settle in. And I think that's Stefanski being the coach, and these guys believe, and it's given the dog pound something to cheer about. So it gives me faith as a Lions fan that there's something good to come, because it's about the culture, and they finally established something that I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I love Jarvis Landry. I think just the way he carries himself, and all the BS, he's sort of the calming influence around there. So I love everything. I like what they're doing, and I wish them the best of luck. It would be nice to see a good Cleveland and a good Detroit team. Now we're a few years away, but they're closer than we are. So why not cheer for them? It's okay.
How about
just
the
remember,
Browns,
last year it was the Browns.
No, go ahead.
Now, as you know that if
I said no. Last year they were so close to advancing in the playoffs.
Yeah,
it was the
they should've.
refs that
They
really
won a
did
playoff
screw
game.
them.
Yeah. They beat the hell out of Pittsburgh.
Yes, they should have continued to advance in the playoffs. It
If
was
we were
the
from
refs.
Cleveland, would we be in the dog pound?
We would be
absolutely
so in the dog
100%. That's all it has to say.
Oh.
Would you be into the fan base?
Yes.
Like if we were in the Raiders, would we be in the black? Of course we
I
would.
wouldn't be in the black hole, though.
You wouldn't?
No. Those
Once
people
they start getting better.
They are crazy.
But you wouldn't have gone to the dog pound till now. So I'm saying they're crazy, but if they're good, you go into for a game.
I've been in the dog
you live
pound
in the
as
dog
a Jet
pound,
fan.
you go for a game.
Mac, remember? As a Jet fan in Jet gear in the dog pound. Okay,
Yeah,
and I left with
you told that story.
Yeah, and I left with all orange stickers all over me. I had such a great time that day. Jets scored 3 points the whole damn game. So the Browns are going to be amazing. The Kansas City Chiefs, they got to have a bounce back after that Super Bowl flop that they had. How about Miami against the Patriots? That's going to be a hell of a game. That's a week 1 game. That's a playoff implication game. Those two teams could be fighting it out with Buffalo, obviously, of course, in the AFC East, and Green Bay at New Orleans. No line on that game, by the way. And I told you, the Packer games have no line right now because of the uncertainty with Aaron Rodgers. So here's your other games now throughout the this little leaked games. The other Thanksgiving Day games, besides the Lions and the Bears, which will be 12:30 from Ford Field. The next game, Cowboys, always host a game. And the Raiders are going to be in Dallas. That's going to be a fun game. That I can't wait for that one. I love Thanksgiving Day football. Hopefully the Cowboys are going to be better this year. Put up a good fight. Raiders are going to be better.
Dak Prescott back.
They are, and we'll talk about Dak in a little while in the Forbes segment. The guy is rich, by the way. How about the last game at night, at Thanksgiving night? The Bills at the Saints. How about that triple header? That's a damn good triple header.
Yeah, that's a great
That's
great Thanksgiving Day for sure.
That's a great Thanksgiving Day game. Now there's 2 games.
I was just sorry. I got lost because I was just imagining Aaron Rodgers just ruining Jerry Jones's Thanksgiving, winning for the Raiders.
Yeah.
He's
That's
not
right.
going there, guys.
He is.
I have a rumored a couple more filled-in spots for the Lions schedule if you want.
Oh, you got a couple more games now?
It's not verified, obviously, because everything's nothing released tonight.
Or are they
but
false? Take it with a grain of salt.
Everything's been leaked.
Yeah, this is not guaranteed.
Yeah, so just so that y'all know, until it goes up on the NFL.com's website, this is all just what has been leaked. So
that's okay.
This is all the nerds like me and Maz piecing things together on what games have been released.
Not
on
me,
who's scheduled.
because I like to be surprised. Unlike you guys, Pilar opens with presents.
Like
Well, there's a whole Twitter feed on it's at Leaks NFL on Twitter. It's the NFL schedule leaks.
So the 2 London games were leaked as well. And the Lions were supposedly going to go to London because they're playing the Falcons on the road. Guess what? The Falcons take the Jets with them. So the Jets have to go to London and play Atlanta. The following week, the Jags have to have a home game there. It's the Jags and the Dolphins. So those 2 teams, those 4 teams, go to London.
Ooh, a Tua Lawrence fiesta
right.
over there with the fish and chips.
With Tebow.
He won't be there. He's not going to make the 53, man.
Yeah, he is.
I bet he does.
Yeah, he is.
That is how crazy this is. I bet he does.
Are you ready for the pièce de résistance? Are you ready for this?
That was French.
Oui.
Brady versus Belichick.
That's a good one.
October 3rd, Sunday Night Football. Buccaneers at the Patriots. It'll be Tom Brady's first visit to Gillette Stadium. Oh, man.
Who do you think wins?
I just hope both teams lose and he gets knocked out of the game.
You can't hope. You can't hope. Somebody's going to win. Who do you think is going to win?
It's a tie.
Yeah, it could be a tie.
It could, but it won't.
Hey, have they announced? When do they announce what announced teams go where? To see,
they wait on that. But that's a Sunday night football game, so that's.
Yeah, I was just wondering who would start, who would get
that's
the Detroit
Alan
game out of the
Collinsworth.
gates.
What do you got, Fish? More leaks?
No, both of the London games are 9:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's fun. I like that.
Early.
That's like dinner for you,
football
right?
all day.
Is that like dinner time for you?
No.
No, I mean like when you're doing your Australian stuff, or is that like lunch?
When your parents put the flakes in your tank.
No, I would have woken up from my sleep at that time. I'll be up.
Okay. All right. I just didn't know because Fish watches all these Thursday night, which by the way, Thursday night football, right? Tonight?
Yeah, they're not having it though tomorrow because they're doing all quick math here. I can't do quick math. They're doing all 10 games in Brisbane. They're doing all 10 games in one city. They're calling it Magic Round.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Anyway, watching a game at 9:30 in the morning here for us.
But the games are not at Wembley. They're at Tottenham Stadium.
Okay.
So when we watch a game here on the East Coast at 9:30, it's like the people out in California. That's their regular opening 1 o'clock, 12:30 game. I don't know how they do it. How the hell do you live out west and do this?
It's different. So if it's 9:30 here, it's 3 hours.
I understand that.
I know.
I'm pretending.
He's flipping it.
I'm pretending I'm in California for the 1 o'clock game.
Oh.
And it starts at 10 a.m. East Coast time. Their time.
Okay, because I was like, when I was in California, it started
California to Detroit and Detroit to London.
Pilar, listen,
and it'll be like
if there's a game kicking off at 1 o'clock, it's kicking off at 1 o'clock. So if you're 3 hours back, it's kicking off at what time? 10 a.m. 10 a.m. West Coast time. If they want to watch the Lions, that's when they have to watch the Lions at 10 in the morning.
I understand that, but I would say 9:30 here.
So you got to be up at 6:30 in California.
Yeah, you have to be up super early for that. Because I remember I used to have to watch that.
I was just explaining what a 9:30 game feels like to the West Coast people because they watch it every week at 9:30 in the morning.
I gotcha. Okay. I will say, the greatest thing about when I moved out here was I didn't have to wake up super duper early to set my lineups.
Yeah.
That was like the best.
That does kind of suck for them.
No, it does. It sucks big time. I mean, you're waking up and you're logging on to try and see all the inactives and,
Yeah, and that's an hour and a half before the game usually.
It had to be early.
That brings up a great point that going into fantasy draft, that if you draft some of these teams, Jags or
you
Dolphins,
100%
Falcons,
take
Jets,
that into
put it on your schedule to wake up early. How many times do people forget to do the rosters and stuff, and that sort of end of the year cost them?
Yep, and some players don't play well in London, so you take that into consideration too. All right, Fish, what do you have for us?
Yeah, those are 2:30 London time, if anyone cares. 2:30 p.m. London time.
Well, we figured.
So they kick off in the afternoon over there.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind seeing a game there. I would not mind.
It would be great.
I would love to go down there.
Yeah.
They wear all the paraphernalia, all the NFL gear, sells a lot there. Eventually, they're probably going to have a team there. I could see it.
No. You think they're going to take
Mexico City might have a team.
You think they're going to take the Jaguars, the London Jaguars?
I don't know, but then I mean,
we'll see.
I could see Mexico City before London for sure, though.
Well, London they've been doing London games for years. So
but Mexico's
Mexico
closer.
City is significantly more.
They would do that because of the time zone. You just fly down instead of having to.
Just
fly
easier.
over.
I feel like to get teams to go every week, that's not, and then them having to come here, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And then who knows what would happen right now with COVID? I'm surprised that they're even allowing teams to go over.
That's a good point.
Right now.
That's a great point.
They're doing it this year.
That's why
they have till October.
Yeah, because fans really can't attend like they used to too. So like it is kind of, I guess, weird they're still doing the London's games.
Right.
Well, they're bringing them back.
That's why Detroit's not going, because they were like, you know what, Michigan was a hot spot. You guys keep your cooties over there. Don't bring them to London.
They were going to have 4 games, and they cut it to 2. So, but they are having the 2.
Yeah.
It's BS because the teams lose a home game. Yeah, as a former season ticket holder, when the Lions go to London, it pissed me off because like we lose a home game, and not only do we lose a home game as a fan, but the team loses a home game too.
Right.
They're on the road.
You know what the worst is? When you're in New York, if you're a Jet or a Giant fan and they play each other, they're still in the same stadium, but only one season ticket holder gets to go to that game.
Yeah.
That happens. Not a lot, but it does happen.
They should fight to the death.
They do.
Right.
They do.
Fight for your seats,
pay-per-view.
Maz.
Pay-per-view event.
All right, guys, let's move on to a little bit of Deshaun Watson news. So it's been crazy because both sides have been very quiet. Both the alleged victims and Deshaun Watson, both attorneys have been very quiet. We're not seeing this battling out in the media, but now allegedly we're hearing that it could be settled. The lawsuits could be settled outside of court before training camp.
Rich Eisen from NFL Network was the one that broke this. And Pat McAfee went on yesterday, and Easy showed me this clip. We're not going to play the whole clip because it's it's a little long. But Pat McAfee goes on and discusses. Rich Eisen said that Deshaun Watson's people, he heard, are trying to get this settled. Then the NFL obviously is going to step in, Mac, because Uncle Roger's got to put his foot down because they're definitely going to be suspended. There's no question about it. If he settles these, especially, he's going to have to feel the wrath of Roger Goodell. How many games he sits out, who knows? And then there are the trade talks again. There are teams that are still interested in bringing him aboard. And, he's going to go somewhere. I don't think he stays in Houston. I just don't.
Before you play this, here's the thing, right? This makes the June 1st, what we've said, the deadline with the Aaron Rodgers because of the salary cap and stuff like this. That date looks like it's going to be more of like a trade deadline or whatever else because of they're talking about coming to a settlement and then Uncle Roger putting 4 games on it
at least.
Possibly.
But whatever it is, then organizations can move forward or get prepared. So the next thing is that if this gets settled, where will he be moved? Right? Because I got to believe that fresh start, all this other thing go into it. So that'll make it interesting. And does that put Miami back in play?
Correct.
Or do they hold off and say, okay, he's got to serve his 4 games with you, and then we'll get rid of it under the table. So you don't know. It just brings conversation. I just look, to me, first thing is, June 1st. Well, this just plays into the Aaron Rodgers sort of.
There's another team out there.
And here's the thing. Right, Maz, because it's the same thing where there's smoke, there's fire, whatever, but why is there silence now? So there's 2 reasons why there's silence, right? I didn't hear anybody got whacked, so somebody getting bought out, bought off, paid off. Somebody's got, or there's legal enough implications to counter, like it's playing all out, right? Because we don't hear anything else about it in the last 3 weeks. This sounds to me like it's pretty legit that something's going to go on. And we'll know more. June 1st is what I think.
But let me just ask you guys a couple questions, and then you guys can just respond. But if he settles, you automatically think he's guilty.
He is.
I already do.
You already automatically, right? To where
22 people?
If he lets this go on and lets it go to court and trial just to clear his name, regardless of what it could do to his season, then... I mean, it could take him all season long.
There's no way he's going to court against 22 people. What's he going to go to court 22 different times?
He has remained saying that
he's got Rusty.
He can say what he wants.
His lawyer. What he's doing right now is the best case scenario for him, in my opinion, to stay out of jail, to resume his football career, to get the thick track rolling, to get it into Uncle Roger's hands. Because once Uncle Roger makes a decision, meaning Roger Goodell from the NFL, then life resumes.
Do you think that he still has a career in the NFL after no matter how good he is? Let me ask you this. So could you?
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
Michael Vick.
Yeah.
No question. Yeah. No question. But let me tell you something.
Value.
There's a lot of people, and I'm one of these included, that when I don't let my family and I don't support a team that has got somebody on their roster, and this is a lot of teams, and I did this for the Cowboys a while back too, when they had somebody that was
Greg Hardy,
in trouble for.
I mean, the guy with all the guns in his bathtub,
beating his girlfriend and stuff. I did not support them. I did not watch a game. I did not go to a game. I did not buy anything that had the Cowboys logo.
But honey,
I did that. Hold on, and I did that too.
But I'm going to take your spot.
With the Detroit Lions, it was very difficult with
Doesn't matter.
Peterson.
It doesn't matter if you bail on them. There'll be 1,000 people ready to jump in your seat.
Right. Like you said, you'll take my spot. But there's a lot of people that feel that way. And this was 22 people. I feel that if he settles, then he does look guilty. Do you think that this would taint his image going to another organization?
No.
It'll be a fresh start. It's a Kareem Hunt going to Cleveland. It's the things. I'm not. You know what? It's one of these things. Can he bounce back from this? You look at Ben Roethlisberger. You look at different things like that. The NFL, because it's the moneymaker, because it's the big B league, it does what you're saying isn't. You're bringing up moral issues and how you have to take care of your own, as Proby used to say, if everybody swept their own doormat, the world would be a better place. That's exactly what you're talking about. Unfortunately, there's more masses that turn on the NFL regardless, because now that there's betting and everything else, you're in a losing fight. So it's more or less using that. When you say that, Pilar, it makes me tingle a little bit, just because that's the cannabis movement. Right, what you're talking about, it's right or wrong, but in the fact of letting people know, and because of the truth coming out, where more people see it, you see where we're at right now. But unfortunately, because it's the big billion-dollar machine, the NFL, guys get second chances and move on.
Right. Easy, did you have something to add?
Yeah, I just want to say, like, the things he was accused of are horrendous. Like, when you hear the stories of the one girl, like, defecating herself and him forcing her to give her. I don't even want to talk about it.
I'm not downplaying the extent of it.
But the thing is, they're so bad, though, that these are civil cases. Those things are so horrendous. There'd be criminal charges held up against them if there were anything more than these people saying it. You know what I'm saying?
Easy. You ready for this now?
Oh, you're saying there'd be criminal instead of civil.
He just got traded to the Detroit Lions. Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead. Are you going to root for him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn right you're going to. Okay,
the same way.
So whatever you were all saying, it don't mean shit to football fans. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We're going to root for the guy.
I wouldn't.
If he didn't murder somebody, we're gonna root for the guy.
Well,
hell, we even rated for Ray Lewis, for crying out loud.
Yeah, people.
O.J. Simpson.
But Ray Lewis proven innocent.
I know. So was O.J.
It's one of those things where it's unfortunate that he's not going to, and who knows, right? These are all just allegedly he's going to settle, but if he maintains that he is innocent from all this, then it sucks that he's not going to clear his name, because it's always going to be a mark on his name.
Correct.
That's what sucks, and maybe there's more to it, right? And I do feel that if there like more to it, to where these girls were consenting at one time and then changed their mind, or because we had read that, and all this is just speculations and things that we had read that they were kind of giddy about. One was kind of giddy about it, and then
just I have a hard time with 22 people.
Here's a good one, and it's from a lawyer himself. Justin Spiro says, innocent parties settle all the time, not an admission of anything, and shouldn't be considered as such.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, that guy's a lawyer, so he did. We can't. The stuff he was accused of is so horrendous. There would be criminal charges.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just.
And then I also feel though, if you're a victim, would you not want to see this person charged fully and go to jail? Would you not want to see this person put away
I saw a tweet come across the screen. Nikki Cunningham said that the court of public opinion is all that matters. That ruined true justice. That's exactly what we're saying. I'm saying exactly what you, Matt. Is it's the NFL, it's the people, it's the business, it's the money. At the end of the day, you could say, oh, that guy did that. Oh, okay. Mikey and I were talking earlier about Vontez Burfict, who's the he's like the Tom Wilson of the NFL. When he played in Cincinnati, getting fined, and just guys play above the edge. There's a difference between playing over the edge in the game and playing over the edge out of the game. So there's something to it.
There's a team that no one's talking about, and I'm telling you, they're in on this, on Deshaun Watson, and they're the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Just watch. Remember Michael Vick? Give him another chance. The Eagles need a quarterback. Yeah. Okay.
We just saw somebody on Twitter, I think it was Ellen, or one of our social medias, that just said it was the same thing with Michael Vick. You brought up Michael Vick, that she didn't support any team that ever hired him after that.
We're all dog lovers. We love dogs, and what that bad news kennel did to those dogs is unforgivable. That's just the word.
Dogs, humans, children, wives.
And Maz, to your point about Philly, is they've gone through the PR blunder already. You got to take it again. If we're going to take it to the meat, they know what's coming through the pipeline. They've dealt it already. So that's also too. Would it matter? Yes, I think that, Pilar, to your point, maybe there's some culture that wouldn't allow it. As we see, and then that goes down to ownership. So.
Yeah.
But he's gonna play eventually.
I wonder if he does settle with these women, and he has to put a statement out. He's gonna have to apologize. I wonder if he's gonna ask. Rusty Hardin will ask if there's some way in his statement that he could put out, look, it was like a misunderstanding. I just want to get this behind me.
Of course, that's what they're going to say.
Yeah, but you said some of the women want to go out for blood, so maybe
No,
maybe
I'm
they
saying,
won't
do
let
they
him.
not? If
Maybe
you
they
were-
won't let him say that. Maybe they won't let him plead.
He can
and
say
I didn't
whatever
really...
he wants.
Well,
Once he signs up, he can say, I just did it to get on with my career. They were going to prolong it and prolong it. He can say whatever he wants.
it depends on how the lawyers word it. They might have to make him say certain things for them to settle.
Hey,
if you want us to settle, you have to say this.
Absolutely, 100 million %.
Well, I don't think he's going to settle and say that he
could have said, I made mistakes. I'm going to learn from this. I'm going to grow. It shouldn't have happened. That's it. But you know what? I still don't understand how no tapes from his house, no video from his house. You know he's got video all over that house.
Mm-hmm.
We don't
He's obviously going to turn him off when he knows he's doing something wrong.
No, you don't think that sometimes. These guys, they don't think that. Everything is
you
taped.
get sloppy. I feel like sometimes people get sloppy when they think.
Yeah, but this is his own house.
Look at Aaron. Look at what's
Right.
his name, Aaron Hernandez. All the crap they had to bury it from his house. All the surveillance tapes and everything. There's so much on this guy. We don't know any of it. Really,
Who knows?
None of it.
Yeah. Who knows? All I know is that it's unfortunate. I hope it all just comes to an end. People can move on from it.
He's a hell of a quarterback.
I
though.
just saw this, and I saw this come across. Whoever said it was the Raiders is the perfect play. Can you imagine John Gruden right now with this news? No, he's
Here's your choice.
He's got Aaron
You want
Rodgers
Aaron
in
Rodgers?
his hand. He's got
you want
Deshaun Watson. He's permeating right now, Maz. You know,
I'm up in my bet. One of those quarterbacks go to Oakland.
Oh my gosh!
No,
I
they're
could.
Raiders. They're taking Rodgers.
I could. They
I
can
think,
try to
but
get Rodgers.
now
I
they
think
got a
Rodgers-
backup plan.
They
Johnny's
do.
in there.
That's
Johnny's working. Johnny and Mikey Mayock.
Well, now I could see Deshaun Watson going to the Raiders. I could very easily see that.
Hey, Mac, do you remember back in the day our good friend Mark Wilson
of
from
course.
WWF,
The man.
DFN? He's a Vegas guy now.
Okay.
I reached out to him, and he said the people in Oakland / Vegas, they're backing Derek Carr. They love Derek Carr.
Good.
They say, oh, the Raiders are all in on this guy. And I still said to him, I don't believe it. He's not going to win you a playoff game. He's not. I don't care what anyone is telling me.
Right.
Well, they're all in until they can get Deshaun Watson
Exactly.
and Aaron Rodgers.
Thank you. That's
I
all
think
I'm
it's
gonna
a
say.
I'm all in
perfect
on Matt
place for
Stafford
somebody.
until I got
If-
Jared Goff and Penei Sewell, even though he's got COVID, but it'll be better. Good luck, buddy.
Reach. It's a
Great bet.
reach.
I hope you feel
Should have
better.
traded that pick.
Fun fact: the Raiders have the least amount of playoff berths since 2001.
That's right.
Well,
They'll be back.
And John Gruden was the coach and they went. I think he's the problem, not Derek Carr.
I feel that
I
Deshaun
agree.
Watson, if all these allegations are true, wouldn't Vegas be the perfect place for him? I mean, there's
Prostitution's legal there. He
Prostitution
won't get in so much trouble.
He can get as many massages as he
I was gonna
wants.
say.
Just do what the hell you
Prostitution
want.
everywhere, Pilar.
But it's not legal. It's not legal. You know what I mean? It's not legal.
Okay.
They're.
Oh, that
I mean,
oh,
they're.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that it mattered. I mean, I didn't know that it was.
Yes.
If that's the border, because I can't. I can only get a prostitute when I'm in Vegas because it's
I'm
legal.
just saying.
Or Canada.
I'm
you
just
can get
saying.
Could be
You see
being
what
undercover.
They have
Undercovers.
Do you see what our next segment is, by the way?
Vegas.
I mean, really, did we just play into this by accident?
Vegas.
It works.
So we love our guy over on Twitter, Joe Pompliano. When we come back, we're going to let you know what it is that he's got to say about Vegas and what he's sharing on his Twitter feed. So don't go anywhere. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports at my favorite downtown Fenton, Bridge Street Exchange. Let's go check out their beautiful store. You know we love Michigan summers. Got to turn up on the lake. Pre-made mixed drinks. They even got their own beautiful Bridge Street Exchange t-shirts. I got mine on. Jewelry, they got you here. I got mine on. Titanium Buzz. If you're not quite ready to ask that big question yet with the jewelry, look nice for your girl. They got polos. And last but not least, the most comfortable shoes on the planet. Hey Dude. They're literally called Hey Dude. Shop here at Bridge Street Exchange, downtown Fenton. Support a locally owned business.
Guys, she did it. She finished off this bottle. We're going to need another one. Yes, I'm talking about the best vodka around that Pilar says. I just love the bottle and everything in it. No, I'm just kidding. It's still full. 8 Mile Vodka. When I say it's not the what, it's the who. 8 Mile Vodka, born in Detroit, distilled in single 90-liter batches to allow for optimal quality control and care. Carbon filtered, aerated, and bottled at the perfect time to produce a subtle taste with smooth finish. Character all its own. Sort of like everyone involved here on the hook. So if you want to drink what I've heard is some of the greatest vodka around, go see my good friends from 8 Mile Vodka. You can pick it up at Myers or order it from any bartender wherever you hang out. And like Pilar says, always drink responsibly, but drink a lot.
But always be responsible. Welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, live from my bookie studios. It is Wednesday, May 12th. Make sure you guys are giving us a call. We love to hear all of your thoughts and your comments on our social media at Woodward Sports. You can give us a call, 313-552-6322. Maz, why don't you hit us with a quick sports update?
I certainly can do that. Brought to you by mybookie.ag. Don't forget, use that promo code Woodward10. We give you a free $10 play. No money out of your pocket. Give it a shot. You might win some money. That's NFL schedule release day. It's already been releasing all over today. Early leaks out there. Season opener starts in Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers will host the Cowboys Thursday, September 9th. And the Lions will open their season at home against the 49ers. Jared Goff has lost his last 4 starts against San Francisco. How about the Lions in Green Bay the following week, week 2, and it's on Monday Night Football. Sounds like the Bears will be here on Thanksgiving Day. Other Thanksgiving Day games, there's some good ones. How about the Cowboys? They're going to be hosting a game as they always do. The Raiders will be in town in Dallas. The Bills will be at the Saints. So plenty more coming up on that. Tigers squandered a late 7-run lead last night, came back, beat the Royals 8-7. Robbie Grossman with the walk-off single. They'll try it again tonight. Same 2 teams, Danny Duffy and Casey Mize. The matchup, Tigers looking for 3 in a row for the first time since they swept the Astros back in mid-April. Pistons did their job last night. They played hard, still lost to the T-Wolves 119-100, undermanned to say the least. Detroit falls to 20-50. They host the Nuggets on Friday and wrap up the season Sunday against the Heat. Game 1 of the Stanley Cup playoffs start on Saturday. It's the only series that is starting right now. Bruins and the Capitals from D.C. on Saturday night. Rangers fired their head coach, David Quinn. So they are doing some house cleaning. And on this day in sports, we go back to February, make that May the 12th, 2019, just a couple years ago. You guys all remember this shot. Kawhi Leonard calls game, set, and match against the Sixers.
You got to be aware of the inbounder here if you're Philly.
It's off to Leonard, defended by Simmons. Is this the dagger?
Oh, yeah. Kevin Harlan, you got to love him. Look at this ball bouncing up. How many times did it hit? 1, 2, and in. 3 off the board and in. And, of course, the Raptors win the championship. Congrats to them. By the way, they were eliminated just last night for the first time in 8 years. So there you go. Brings you up to date on this day in sports.
Right, and Friday, Maz, we'll do the first round of the playoffs for hockey. Do our picks. Get into a couple of it. There's some great matchups. I know you were excited about the battle for Florida with the Panthers.
That's going to be a hell of a game.
There's a lot of them. The one that I'm intrigued is Boston and Washington. So
and that's the start.
We'll get into it on Friday for all you hockey.
How about Isles Penguins?
Again, another one. Yeah. I just didn't, I didn't want to overfill your brain right now.
I got it, baby. Devils. Friday it is.
Friday
it
your
is.
Brain on hockey. There you go.
There you go, guys. Thank you, Maz, for your sports update. All right, guys, let's get back to NFL talk. So before our break, we were talking Deshaun Watson possibly settling. We've got a caller on the line who wants to chime in on that. Fish, who do we have joining us here on the hook?
Justin Spiro. He's a friend of the network, friend of all the shows. He's a lawyer. He wants to give his take.
Are you his PR guy?
What's up, Spiro Avenue?
Not that I know of.
I've been a guest on this man's program. Hello, Justin Spiro. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you guys doing today?
We're great. Good, welcome to the hook, my friend.
Oh, good. Well, I'm always at the hook for at least a minute. I was saying in the chat, I got to say to Mazaway, this guy has a different shirt on every single day. You have more team gear than anybody I've ever seen. I don't know what kind of... He's got some kind of cool like hustle going on in the back alley that he can afford this stuff. It's like the nice Nike gear stuff too. It's good stuff.
Thanks, Justin.
I admire your collection, man.
I appreciate it.
Justin, let me update. Let me let you know this, because on this network and our creator of graphics and behind the scenes, Ben Smith, has an Origins show that he's going to do an Origins on all of Maz's pullovers and everything else. So, here at Woodward Sports Network, we're going to bring you our own 30 for 30.
I didn't know that.
But you're not the first one to comment on that. And if you know, so you have to tune in, everybody. Here's a key to Maz's mood with what's going on in the sports world, especially football, to what he's wearing, or is Michigan or Michigan State. Like today, I'm surprised he didn't wear a Sparty. Like today, because of the disgust he has over UofM. But I'll just give you a little update what's coming.
I got the Niners on today because the Lions are playing them.
That's what I know. That would be the giveaway.
Yeah. My wife thinks I dress like a ball boy, and I thought I had a big collection, but yeah, Maz puts me to shame.
Hey
in that
man,
regard.
I'm one of those old guys that still wear jerseys. That's bad. It's a bad look. I don't recommend it for anybody.
You're not going to get any judgment from me, man.
All
I'm
right,
a loser
man.
Too, with that stuff.
Hey,
but,
fill us in on what's happening with our man Deshaun Watson.
Well, I just think it's a lesson in poor lawyering, right? I don't know. This bozo attorney that he had representing him was faced with an offer a few months back from a plaintiff with credible evidence that this accusation had some backing behind it. Hey, write us a check for between $100,000 and $150,000. This thing squashed. It goes away. Otherwise, we're going to dig into this. We're going to investigate. We're going to solicit other people that we think you may have had contact with. Deshaun Watson told this woman and the lawyer to kick rocks, and he's not paying them 1 cent. And now, if this thing got settled today, my estimate is it would be somewhere north of $20 million. For some context, Deshaun Watson next year, this is 2022, not this year but next year, his salary kicks in at $35 million a year. $100,000 with credible evidence of an accusation having, not that anything even criminal occurred, but that there was something inappropriate that made this person uncomfortable. Just write the check. I know some people in the chat box were saying, oh, fight this tooth and nail, and if you're not guilty, never settle. Like, it's just, even if he's not guilty, he's going to end up settling anyway. It's going to cost him 1,000 times literally what it would have cost him otherwise. Right. It's such a mistake by his legal team. But I think this is going to end with a very, very big check. He's not in criminal court. It's civil court. I don't think there's enough there to get him on criminal charges. There's no smoking gun. So it's going to cost him. But lesson learned for these athletes, just write the check when it's a small one. This is a cautionary tale.
Yeah, well, a year ago, it wasn't a year ago, a few years ago, Ezekiel Elliott was in trouble for something that he had done, I think, like during Mardi Gras.
He did.
Something like that,
He grabbed a woman hanging out a window.
And he said he was going to fight it tooth and nail, and he would take it all the way up to the Supreme Court if he had to. He said, just to keep my name clean, because I did not do that. He ended up settling, and then he ended up just not taking it to the Supreme Court, and his statement was it just wasn't worth the amount of media attention that the team was getting. We just settled and we're just going to move on. But he still maintained that he was innocent.
And we're not talking about it, right?
Yeah, we're not talking about it. So, but this was significantly smaller than Deshaun Watson's 22 women.
Oh, and I respect the distinction, but there's a key distinction there, though, is that in this case, to my understanding, they had an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement, on the table in place with that original settlement. So this could have been settled without any of us. We wouldn't be talking about it. No one would have even known. It would have been an ironclad NDA. He writes a check, sends it to the lawyer's office. It's done. Nobody knows about it. And obviously, there's enough evidence here. He did something inappropriate. Doesn't mean criminal. At the least, this doesn't just fall out of the sky. He was at the very least inappropriate. Write the check. Again, cautionary tale, but it's just a bummer. I mean, I've said on the Morning Woodward show, Watson was my favorite player. I know, Maz, you said, if he comes to the Lions, are you going to root for him? Man, that's tough. I'm not as automatic as a yes as maybe Easy was, but it's just a bummer that my favorite player is such a creep. I got to find somebody else, I guess.
Hey, hop on board. Hop on board,
bitch, bro.
Trevor Lawrence, man.
What'd you do? What you do, bro? Because I know you're a big Sparty guy, and so am I. So that's not it. Just it's a good lesson in stat checking. Hope my guys. That's a line of the day. My favorite guy's a douche.
Yeah. Well, I had Lawrence Taylor was my guy.
No, it's true.
I love it, Justin.
Hey, I loved OJ. I loved OJ growing up. How you think I feel?
Yeah, that's true. That's got to be rough. At least he was axing people 20 years after he hung up the cleats.
Exactly.
I mean, this guy's in the middle of his prime, and he's breaking my heart. But have a great show, guys. I love watching you, and you're doing a great job. Keep it up.
Thanks, Justin. Thanks for calling in. If you guys want to chime in on the conversation, give us a call, 313-552-6322. We would love to hear from you guys, but keep the social media comments coming at Woodward Sports across the board. All right, so let's talk about our friend Joe Pompliano's Twitter account. If you guys are not following him on Twitter, I highly recommend it. He's got some incredible stuff that he puts up there. Likes to talk about the financial aspects of sports and teams and players. It's really great stuff. But he put a great tweet out. Do we have that tweet? Yes, we do. The Las Vegas Raiders will have a DJ and bottle service on field level during home games next year. I mean, guys think that this is great. This is incredible.
I wish I was in Vegas.
I'm going to weasel my way into one of those
I wish I was in Vegas. I really do.
But that's perfect because I feel like the best thing about having...
I can handle it now.
I got you.
No, I mean, I could handle Vegas, the lifestyle, where I'm at right now and be, you know what I'm saying? 5 years ago, absolutely not.
All they need is a basketball and a baseball team, and I'm completely in.
Yeah, I mean,
But hockey and football is a pretty good start.
It's a great start.
Like
their hockey team was great. Their first year,
they're still good. The Knights are still great.
Their first year, they came out and killed it.
Breaking down Friday, but they're one of my favorites to win the cup.
I'm shocked that the NBA has not gone to Vegas, especially when they had the All-Star game years ago there, and what a success it was.
So I was there for that. Define success. It was scary. It was, I mean, people shooting at people. It was not, I don't know what you...
me.
No, it was wild. It was wild. And I'd been to like several NBA All-Star games. That one was like...
So you don't think an NBA team can go there and work there?
I'm sure it can go there, but I wouldn't base it off the success of...
Right. I just said off the success of the city. I thought they would really. They have a great arena.
That was one of the only times that I ever went anywhere, and I told my girls, I said, I'm staying home tonight. Good luck. May God be with you guys. I know it was wild.
What they need there is a baseball team with the open stadium that open and closes.
Oh, God, they have to have it closed.
When it gets too hot.
Never mind open. It can never be open. If they're playing in the summer, it can never be open.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you need, right? You could, but you could play it all year round. I think it could support it because I'm thinking
Oakland,
myself.
baby.
Imagine going there. And the afternoon games. What a great way to spend the afternoon out.
Take the A's, man.
Desert, like the desert nights are beautiful. Mikey, what do you have to say?
There's a whole 20-minute YouTube video on that All-Star weekend in Vegas back in 07 or 08, whenever it was.
When players shoot it up?
What they do a lot of these times, they'll pick these cities because they're like, okay, let's feel it out. Let's see how the city's receptive to our brand. Yeah, like what Pilar said, you were in the thick of it, so you know. But there were shootings, there were people getting robbed. Like, it was madness the entire All-Star weekend. And after that, the NBA was like, nope, if we expand, we're not expanding here. You know, we might go somewhere else. We might put another team here, but they're not touching Vegas.
Wow.
They do not have anything for it because when you go to a basketball game, everyone's there to just have a good time and party, and you know it's just a different atmosphere than at like a hockey game or anywhere else.
I got a question.
Yeah.
Sexy specs, bro. Where'd you get the sexy specs? Look at you looking all grown up
great.
and stuff. Is that's Michael TikTok?
That's right. That's not Mikey TikTok.
Michael's social media
that's
platform.
That's right. That's Michael's social
I like those
media.
glasses, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Got them yesterday.
I really believe you now with telling me that story because you have the glasses on.
I can do this now.
Now, forget it now.
That way, everybody's like, you're just watching too much
The fact
YouTube.
that 10 years ago he was like 9 or 10.
Exactly. That's all he was.
Important thing.
Now
I'm
we
credible
believe.
now.
Oh, I
No,
believe it.
absolutely, very, very.
Take 'em
But
off again?
he's spot on. I
What are
didn't
you
know that
talking
they
about,
did
man?
this.
You get your head out of your butthole. Gosh darn it, kid. Oh, Michael. Yes, thank you for the information.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, that was one of the wildest. Too wild for me. And I used to say, like,
Too wild for Pilar?
Too wild
for
me.
Gosh.
I stayed.
There's something too wild for Pilar.
That's why he doesn't want Rodgers
Anthony's
there.
six-pack and his broad shoulders.
What?
As I feed him the grapes. Now we see why he's the king. Right? We should get a picture of him up here and
Put it on the.
we're all striving to become
on the backdrop.
The king.
Instead of the hook, just have Pilar's husband right there behind you guys.
I'm just.
Stop it!
Yeah,
Oh
no, it's all good.
Easy, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say the craziness you experienced in Vegas is probably why you're so against Rodgers going there.
No, no. That's why probably I said Deshaun Watson should go there. But and I'm saying the NBA All-Star, and I've been to the NBA All-Star when it was in Arizona. It was fine. Everybody had a good time. I still went out then, but in Vegas, I'm not kidding. I said, guys, I'm gonna order room service. I'm gonna have me some really great food, overpriced.
Just charge it to the company.
Just go down to the spa.
Charge that to the company as well.
If Rodgers goes there, all the violence might stop because he's the best damn gunslinger in town at that point.
Man, she doesn't charge it to the company.
How do you know I wasn't there on my
you're not
own
charging
dime?
it to the company. Let me stick up for you. She's a baller down there, bro.
Right.
She just puts it to the room. It's Pilar.
Right.
Does she charge it to the Underhills?
Own
Just put it on the
credit
Underhills.
You should see
though.
her credit line.
In my own credit
just ball
card.
and drop, and she's
But
being
yeah,
subtle
it was-
now. She's reverting. Pilar, we know you now that you're mom
But
and everything. You're not
let me tell you
balling,
something.
dropping $2-3
I love to
grand.
go to Vegas. I love to go to Vegas. I have a great time. Not like what it was when I was
That'd be cool to do a remote
young,
from
but
there.
it was. Oh, I love going to Vegas for an extended weekend. Go in, have a nice dinner, watch a good show, do some gambling. Order some nice wine. There's a lot of fun things.
Lush, Maz. One of us here has to take responsibility to drink it. It's not sure isn't you.
I
and
said some
not
nice
me.
wine. I said go get
I tried
drunk.
to fill that for years and years, but forgot I was allergic to it.
But I think that you can go to Vegas, and taking this way back, one of the best things that I thought was great about the NFL going to Vegas is that now it gives you more of a reason to go to Vegas, watch a game, do a little bit of gambling, go to a nice, I would love to go see a game at the new Raiders Stadium. I would love it.
Allegiant Field, Allegiant Stadium.
I would absolutely
It's like a big spaceship.
love it. And now to go
we
and see all this.
re-rate through you. It's because not the DJ, it's the bottle service. I know exactly where Pilar or Maz. If she doesn't have the bottle service in the DJ pit down there, she'll be ordering room service from her room and spending the day in the spa.
She'll be in the suites with Mark Davis and the Raiders
guys,
brass.
listen.
Mrs. Rogers. You'll be hanging out with what's her name? Who's this new Hollywood girl?
Listen, no, I go to the games and I buy tickets just like everybody else. So, but I enjoy.
Doesn't sound like everybody else.
I do.
Yeah, is he jealous?
I don't.
I do.
I don't go.
You don't go, but you go.
But if I go,
you go
well,
big.
you're kind of a big deal around here, okay? People would just give
thanks,
you
Pilar.
tickets.
Really?
Yeah, my
that was
gosh.
nice. I just give me more.
All right, guys.
Everybody thinks they give me tickets. I got to pay for everything.
I just want to say a game at the Raiders' new stadium is going to be epic. I mean,
Absolutely.
that's the whole. I mean,
Epic.
they are.
We gotta make
look
a
at that
trip.
place.
It's beautiful.
I know that's just a little artist rendering,
We got.
but the place
who
is
wants
gorgeous.
to make out there? Let's all you hookers out there, the hooker family. I think we should plan a trip. That'd be a cool hooker adventure. Do a could even do a broadcast from there and go to a game.
Yes, that's what I think we should do.
Wow.
What hookers would be in?
Friday. I'm in.
Tons of hookers in Vegas.
No, I'm just saying. Prostitution's legal.
The hookers are already there.
Every hooker can go and not feel bad. There we go. Bring all the hookers and the hookers and the hookers.
We should really do a show from Vegas, right? We do our Friday broadcast there.
Absolutely.
Monday broadcast. I mean, it would be a ton of fun. Just a suggestion.
That could be our idea they've been asking for.
That's
Is
right.
TOF
That's right.
That's right.
WAP? Because it's WAP Wednesday. I saw that this morning on the Baligian and Bell show. So is it TOF?
I guess Pilar
TOF?
PTSD.
What does?
Talking about.
What is TOF?
What did you just say?
What did I say?
I'm lost.
Back to hookers.
It's fun. It's whatever. Never mind.
All right. You know what?
I lost it. Rewind. Rewind. Ton of fun. I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ton of fun. Yeah, there it is.
Okay, I like that. All right, guys, it is time for us to get to our Get Home with Hall Financial. Just general sports trivia today. And I would call in because it seems like it's an off-the-rail show, so it sounds like these questions might be a little bit off the rail.
It's easy.
Easy. So start running to the phones, giving us a call, 313-552-6322, because when we come back, we're going to get to our Get Home with Hall Financial. You're tuning into The Hook on Woodward Sports Network.
So what's up? My name is Sean Baligian. Glad to be a part of Baligian and Bell every day at 11. I'm the guy that gets pissed off at all the stupid sports fans out there.
What up, though? I'm Drake Bill here on the Baligian and Bell show here at Woodward Sports Network. Tap into the energetic Sean and the calm, smooth Drake Bill.
Bridge Street Exchange, downtown Fenton. I'm trying to find me a shirt. Ooh, look at these swimming shorts. What are you doing over there, Stick?
I'm trying to find me a drink. Ooh, look at these bonfire bitters.
Ready for summer.
Let's go.
Hey, gang, it's Maz for our good friends at MyBookie. You know it. You can bet baseball, basketball, football, hockey, anything you want, UFC, all on mybookie.ag. And don't forget to use that promo code Woodward. Woodward gets you your first deposit. They'll match it up to $1,000. And our newest promo code, Woodward10, gets you a free play. I need all my hookers out there to join in so we can tell these people, this is our guys. We want to tell them, we support you, MyBookie. Get on there, use Woodward 10 and get a free $10 play. So give it a shot. You can also go to their casino for the full-fledged experience where weekly blackjack tournaments give you and your friends a crack at prize pools of up to $50,000. Go to mybookie.ag, sign up now, use that promo code Woodward or Woodward10. Do it now. Bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.
Y'all are so
Pilar,
silly.
Why are you off standing by yourself?
I know. I was like, well, wait, that's you two. And then I tried to jump in being like, hey. And then I'm just by myself.
Now, I wanted to play it. That was the cut I sent easy. Now, I'm going to lead into it. There was someone that put this tweet out today, and it cracked me up. And the tweet said, 2 out of 3 horses think Bob Baffert is a big cheat. And then we're supposed to play this.
My thing's not working.
That is great, guys. That is
I need that
funny.
every day to play, okay, Easy? I need to see my horses. Those are my guys.
Real quick, Pilar, if
We
you
need that. We're going to have a Maz's horse question of the day. 2 out of 3.
If you want to play, you got to expand your horse dialect beyond hay.
The what?
You got to expand your horse dialect beyond hay. You just keep saying hey. You got to say something else.
I wasn't. I was saying, hey. That's what I was saying.
But we're saying, say something, expand your dialect. Say welcome to the hook and horse.
Well, what up? Wheat, barley.
I can't.
Oats,
They don't. But
carrots,
they don't say that.
Little baby carrots.
You guys were doing
apples.
one word thing.
Don't listen to him.
Macintosh apples, delicious apples. What do you want?
But yes, right. What do you want? What do you want from me?
You want so much from me.
Exactamente. All right, Fish. Do we have a caller?
Yes, we do have a caller.
Thank God.
We do?
Yeah, we do.
Wow.
I screened her during the break.
Somebody's brave enough to call in on this crazy Wednesday.
They are brave enough to call, and we got Jay. He's gonna wow us with his trivia knowledge, and we're gonna win him some wings and lashish. What is lashish again? What kind of food?
Mediterranean food.
All right, so Mediterranean food, or you can have wings. That's good selection.
You got my little ding, ding, ding up there?
Yes, I will put it up right now.
It sounds a little low.
All right, so who do we have again?
Because you gotta give me some patience.
We have, Is it Jay? Did
Jay,
you say?
yes, he's on the air. It's
All
ready
right,
to go.
Jay. Welcome to the Hook.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you for calling in on such a wild Wednesday. It's the Wild Wild Wednesday show. Have you?
I like it. The wilder, the better.
All right,
Jay. Perfect. Thank you. You're our kind of guy. All right, Jay. So, in case you are new to the show or don't know the rules, it's quite simple. We're going to give you 4 questions, 4 general sports trivia questions. All you have to do is answer all 4 of them correctly. If you get all 4 of them correctly, then you, my friend, will win a $100 gift card to your choice of either Lashish or Detroit Wing Company. Any questions?
No, I think I'm good.
All right.
I'm just enjoying. I'm enjoying one of Darren McCarty's products right now.
Oh, so you're cool.
Okay.
Just by curiosity from Darren McCarty, which I'm guessing a pre-roll, but which flavor, which kind?
It's the one with the CBD.
Is it the peanut butter? The new peanut butter bread?
No. Was it knuckle? The knuckle upper. I can't remember which one
Black
this
eye?
is. Hold on, I gotta find the thing.
Is it the black eye? Anyways, you're enjoying it. It's got the
yeah.
CBD
I'm sorry,
in it.
the black eye. That's what I was thinking. Yeah, absolutely, the black eye. That's what I was.
Welcome to Flavor Country.
Yeah. I love it.
All right, Jay. Here we go.
Oh, dude, you're fully ready for this. Let's go.
Are you ready, Jay? Chill
Make the
out,
product,
man.
Sell the product for me with these. Come on, Jay.
Listen.
We got Anthony Broome rooting for you.
Anthony Broome's coming on next.
Anthony Broome is on next.
Right now.
Anthony Broome's not allowed to answer these questions. All right, here we go. Question number 1, Jay. Just chilling out with D-Mac stuff. Who managed the Tigers after Jim Leland retired?
After Jim Leland?
Yeah, he was a failure.
We
We hated him.
Yeah, because he was awful. Brad Osibus.
Attaboy, Jay.
Awful Brad Osmus. I like it. That'd be his wrestling name.
All right. Question number 2, Jay.
Yeah, exactly.
Who did the Tigers last face in the playoffs?
Ooh.
You ghost?
Last time they were in the playoffs. Hold on.
Need an answer.
It's been a while.
Come on, Jay.
Oh, shoot. It's, is it Baltimore?
You got the Orioles. You said Baltimore.
Wow.
You said Baltimore, right?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
Okay.
Good job. Nice job.
All right.
They lost to the Orioles
2
in
left.
2014. And of
Don't
course,
fade into the brand yet, bro.
David
2
Price.
questions left. You're halfway there. Come on.
David Price was a failure in that series, by the way. Orioles in 2014. All right, Matt, go ahead. This is all you.
How many Stanley Cups did the great Scotty Bowman win?
All together or with us?
Yes, everything.
Just as a coach.
All 3 teams.
But as a coach, you're not talking about.
Yes,
You don't need
as
to
a
know
coach.
what scouting is.
No,
all that
no.
other-
As a coach.
Okay.
Don't look it up, Jay.
No, it's either 8 or 9.
Well, what are you going with?
I'll trust Gordie Howe's number. I'll say 9.
You trust
Nice. Oh. You are one.
What did you do that for?
It was an accident.
Question away.
Really?
Okay.
That was a good one.
One
'Cause of
one
Gordie
question away from winning your choice of a $100
Wait,
gift
so
card.
so was I? So I was right or I was
Yeah,
wrong?
you're
right.
correct.
9 was
okay.
it. I prematurely hit the loss button. My bad, Jay.
All right.
Here's the
Matt,
final
for
answer.
the final.
Here's your final question, all right? Don't be looking this up either. What was the last Canadian team to make the Stanley Cup final?
Well, we know it's not Toronto.
Nope.
Let me type it into Google real quick.
So it'd either have to be Montreal, Winnipeg, or the Canucks, Vancouver, right?
Correct, Jay.
Wow.
Jay.
Leave your number. I have an endorsement deal for you with the Darren McCarty brand.
Wow.
Congratulations. We got a winner. What are you going to choose? $100 Detroit Wing Company, compliments of our buddy Gus and Hall Financial, or Lashish Mediterranean? Mediterranean.
As much as I love DWC, would you guys mind donating it to flagmetrodetroit.org? Their organization that gives meals to healthcare workers.
Absolutely,
Oh,
bro.
I
Will
love
you leave
that.
Fish
You're all
that
right,
website
Jay.
and your number and stuff like that?
Nice
and
job, man.
Make sure we do it.
All right,
But,
cool.
hey, that's
Get his
awesome.
full name. Get his full name, Fish. So we know, so we can give the donation in his name.
Yeah.
Nice job,
That's
man.
amazing.
You wipe me out
Thank
again.
you,
Now
guys.
I need 4 freaking new questions for tomorrow now.
Maz, you know what? I'm pretty proud of you because those were difficult enough yet fair
Yeah.
enough.
Thank you. And we kept our man Anthony Broome on hold a long time
Yes,
here.
Anthony. Let's go ahead and get to our guest of today, Anthony Broome, SB Nation. Do we have him, or did he?
Yeah, we got him.
Okay, Anthony.
There's my man. What's up, Ant?
Hey,
I'm here. Hello.
That's my guy, Anthony Broome, my former intern at Detroit Sports 105.1, and look at him now.
But you know what? The thing I know about Anthony is that he was waiting there patiently, and the fact that he's all about charity, and the fact that the caller and your giveaway. I mean, even Anthony knows those are a little soft in the Maz department for questions, but they were fair. Wouldn't you say, Anthony?
I would think so. Yeah, they were fair.
Yes.
All right, Ant. We got Anthony on, of course, from SB Nation and Maize and Brew, and the big story, obviously, is with Dr. Robert Anderson. This saga continues. How many people knew about this sexual deviant, I'm going to call him, and all the bad things that happened in the past? And Anthony, you can bring us up to date on what's the latest here on this whole thing.
Well, as of what's today? Wednesday. So as of Tuesday, a 240-page report, pretty detailed stuff, was released from Michigan's legal counsel, which I believe it was the Wilmer Hale law firm. Mm-hmm. And it just kind of ran through some of the findings that Michigan did in their own independent investigation. And I know the Board of Regents, President Schlissel, they weren't made privy to any of this before it came out. And they put out a statement saying that they would review it. And basically what it all boils down to is that, Tom, I think your description of Dr. Anderson is probably pretty apt. You're looking at, I believe, 800 or 900 victims over, an almost 40-year period. And Bo Schembechler and the football program were named in that. And there was a report in there that one of, at least on 3 occasions, there were players that made Bo Schembechler aware of these, of what was going on, or raised this. And, the answers went from anywhere between, these physicals are required by the university to, hey, maybe you just need to toughen up a little bit.
Correct.
And, it even went as far as to say that there was a position coach that, or position coaches that would use Dr. Anderson exams as like a motivational tool in practice. So
wow.
There's a lot of ugly stuff in there, and
You better do that, or you got to go to the doc.
Are you kidding me? No, I'm not.
Disgusting.
You just cut right through the middle of that and really summed it up on those 3 sentences that you just said there. And I don't even know what to say. I mean, all this coming, of course, with what happened at Penn State and Jerry Sandusky and Joe Paterno, how he fell from grace, and of course we all know about the Michigan State gymnastic team, and it's disgusting. And for it to have gone on this long, and for coaches and people in that university to know that this happened, how did this guy, this monster, how did he stay on, man? What the hell, man? I don't get it. I don't get it.
Yeah, we're talking about these obviously weren't isolated incidents, and we're talking about a period of time over 40 years. And the big conversation right now among fans, among people who have dove in, and all you have to do is pull up this report. I know 240 pages is intimidating, but if you just press the Command F, Control F, and just type in football or Schembechler, there's a lot of stuff in there that Bo Schembechler, if he didn't know what was going on, there was an ignorance or an apathy to what was going on. And that's if we're talking about having conversations about now, do statues come down? Do The identity of Michigan football, and I tweeted this out yesterday, is rooted in, the team, the team, the team. Those who stay will be champions. Those are all Bo-isms.
Yep.
The football building is named after Bo Schembechler.
Mm-hmm.
There's a statue out front of the building. So there are reasonable conversations going on as to whether that should be the case. And I think it's all warranted. And I don't know. I know the argument is, oh, well, he's not alive to defend himself. The fact of the matter is that Bo Schembechler, after he was the football coach, was the athletic director for a bit. And I believe Anderson was employed by the university up until his retirement in 2003. And, knowing what we do about how kind of insulated Ann Arbor is, and how, even more so the University of Michigan and the athletic department kind of is, the idea that there wasn't at least rumors or scuttlebutt about this being the case is, it's pretty hard to believe in something that I can't really wrap my head around. So it's ugly. It's still hard to even kind of put into words what's going on there right now. But it's for a program that likes to, and I'm not turning this into a current state of affairs type of thing, but for a community that kind of likes to puff its chest out about the past and the tradition and their proud history, like, this is a pretty big dark cloud over that. And it's 800, we're talking 800 or 900 people. Like, this isn't hearsay, and these are findings from an investigation by the law firm that was hired by the university. So it's ugly, and I don't know where they go from here. I know it probably should happen, but I don't know what comes next for them.
So Anthony, our social media is very passionate about this. We have a lot of Michigan fans, Michigan State fans. What we're seeing across the board right now is that they're saying, even as a Michigan fan, they feel that they should get the exact same punishment that MSU got. They should just have the book thrown at them. Do you think that this is going to be one of those things that they will have the book thrown at them, being that the doctor's no longer here to be able to defend himself or stand trial?
Neither is Bo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the difficult and what will ultimately wind up being the hundreds of millions of dollars question. Like, you're going to see settlements from this. You're going to see there will be more that probably comes out of it. But yeah, I don't. It's complicated, right? Because the perpetrator has been dead for a long time. People who were involved in the decision-making process of, hey, this guy, we're going to move this guy over to athletics, or someone like Bo Schembechler, they haven't been around for a while. So how do you get around that? And I think that the university is going to have to pay out a lot of people because of this. And, whatever the punishment winds up being, given that it is such a sensitive subject and there are so many victims of it, like, you can make the argument that, the money doesn't matter to people. It's decades of trauma. It's, it's tough. It's just tough to kind of sort out because, someone like Bo Schembechler, again, there's a statue of him in front of the football building. And, a lot of the things that he probably stood for in terms of being a great leader, a good football coach, a father, a family man, those are all things he stood for. But, what he didn't stand for is going to be part of his legacy now. Mm-hmm. And I don't, it's incredibly sad, I think, is what it boils down to, because I know these men aren't around to face the music or answer questions, or I know a lot of people say, well, what's even the point? These guys aren't alive to give their side of the story. Their families are still around, and that has to be pretty hurtful and pretty harmful to them as well. So again, it's just, it's sad. It's grotesque. The things in the report are abhorrent. They're, it's a really sensitive issue. And like I said, I know that there's a lot of talk about, cancel culture and, cancel culture is coming for Bo Schembechler now. It's not cancel culture. It's accountability culture in this regard, in my opinion. So
it's my favorite.
That's kind of where it's all at right now. They're not here to answer for this, but the university is still around, and there are, again, slogans that are marketed based on, the past of the football program, the name of the building, the statue, all that stuff. Those are things that are still around. So those are things that have to be dealt with, and there have to be real nuanced and adult conversations about what the path forward is and how you move on from it.
Hey, I grew up a Big Ten football fan, even though I was from New Jersey. These were the teams that were on TV. Michigan was my school since I was a little kid. I'm not a Walmart Wolverine. I'm a true blue Wolverine. I didn't go there, but I did their games when I was at WJR. I had a show with Bo Schembechler. I was his producer for 7 years. I was one of the first guys to find out when he had his heart attack finally and he passed away. And Don Shane from Channel 7 was on the phone with me at that point. And I know Bo really well, and I know what kind of guy he is. And this bothers me even more. And I loved Joe Paterno when I was growing up. Joe Paterno was the guy. Bear Bryant was the guy. And I hear these things now, and it makes me sick to my stomach. And Jerry Sandusky was in the shower with these little boys that he was bringing in, as part of the Penn State family and all the charities that they were doing. And it was right under Joe Pa's nose. This, can I say? And I have to walk slowly here, Anthony. I got my foot in my mouth right now because I don't even know really what to say. But I don't know if Bo Schembechler was indeed, if he knew as much as maybe Joe Paterno kind of turned his head on. Can I be wrong there?
It's impossible to kind of know, right? That's the hardest thing about it, because I'm sure anyone that knows the man or would have had a line of communication to him would want to have that conversation. Is what did you know? And that's the toughest part about all of it, is that you can't dive into that portion of the investigation. But I know that the report states that it was an issue raised by a few players, and I think what it does point to is, and again, to speak carefully about it here because there's still things ongoing and whatnot, but it speaks to what was really, we've seen it at Penn State, we've seen it at Michigan. I'm sure it's happened at countless other schools that we probably don't even know about. This was a societal and a cultural problem that if you didn't know, you didn't want to know, because that was kind of an uncomfortable conversation to have. And these are people you trusted and people that you, again, the man was, Dr. Anderson was there for almost 40 years. So it's, I know, entrenched in the community and someone that they felt like they could trust. And back then, and I wasn't alive for all of this, obviously, but the vibe was you didn't question authority back then. And that if you had a problem with something that authority did, you had to fall in line or go away or disappear, whatever it was. And I think that's probably where it's so sad on the part of a lot of these, obviously hundreds of victims or accusers, is that survivors even is they were made to feel for a long time like there was something wrong with them when the institutions in place failed them. Someone that they looked up to as a leader, as a mentor, failed them. But they were made to feel like because they didn't fall in line, or because what was being handed down to them was uncomfortable, that was something that was wrong with them. So that's, to me, outside of, that's to me the saddest part of all of it, is the decades of trauma. Think about if you're someone who went through that, and to see a guy that you thought you could trust, or that you were felt to believe was a confidant and someone who had your back, you go through that, doesn't have your back, but they remain deified while you're still kind of in the shadows. And that's where I think it's the toughest thing to kind of wrap your head around, is that I know it's tough to get a feel for what Bo, like, it's based on what's in this report and based on the duration of time that a lot of these people were there and in power. To not have even an inkling that something was going on, there's no good outcome there. You either didn't know or you didn't care to know. And I'm not sure, it's hard, I'm not sure which one is worse, especially when it was pretty explicit and a lot of these things were brought to the attention of administration.
Heavy is the head that wears the crown, and that's what we're talking about here, because like you said, culture-wise, and Bo Schembechler, not to even the kids he coached, to the whole community, to everybody, the fan base, to Maz in Jersey and stuff like that, where we could. And you bring up a great point, because now it's accountability, and we see this all across, and it transcends sports into politics into life, about things that are being held accountable and the story out, because I think you nailed it as far as it's the don't ask, don't tell, turn your back until it, like what is the responsibility these days is because having that much power, you're supposed to know what's going on underneath you instead of turning your back or whatever, how it ever played out, which we don't know the answers. But today's date, you look at statues going down everywhere. I bring up, Confederate statues in the South, and different things are removed from different places because of the transparency, and that's what's coming out. So you look at, the things that have come out at Penn State, and I love what you said, is that I'm sure there's things that haven't come out in places that need to know about, but I think that more and more it's having these hard questions, because it's not about money. It's about the 20, 30 years of mental anguish or feeling that you're wrong for something that you didn't do right. So I think it's more to finding out that there's reports and it just didn't, turned away from it. And I think that sometimes that's the hard part, because Bo's everybody's grandpa. Bo's everybody want to believe in him. And when stuff like this comes down about any of us, Justin Spiro was our guest. He said it about Deshaun Watson, his favorite athlete's a douchebag. You know what I mean? I got to get a new favorite athlete. That's why it hurts so much, and it's allowed. But we've got to be accountable for the actions of the past.
Absolutely, and again, it's just, I think something else that's pretty bothersome about it. And again, there aren't names in the report. We don't know the caliber of athletes, but the going kind of theory is that Dr. Anderson, to even add doctor to his name implies a degree of respect that I don't have for him, but that Anderson would kind of target these, fringe type of, maybe this person might not be the best athlete, kind of with people who had something to gain or lose by falling in line. I don't know how many star players had to deal with what I'm sure there are some in there in some sport, but that's another problem for me, or problem in general, is that these people were victimized because they were easy targets. The All-American quarterback probably is an easy target, and a lot of these people were just, we deify, we put these stars on a pedestal, but a lot of, of those 800-900 people, I'm willing to bet that most of them were just kind of fringe people who went to school, got their education paid for because they could play a sport, but they didn't have a storied career with a ton of accolades, and that's they were targeted. It's wrong. It's disgusting. It's sick. I don't think there's an outcome in terms of what Michigan can do to move on from this that is a step too far. This was a cultural problem, and Michigan was complicit in a cultural problem. And again, you can't put anyone involved with that in a pedestal. So if you have to take the statue down, rename the building.
Right.
Oh, Jesus.
It's sad, but
don't do that. Hey, guys.
But
you'd have to.
Is it wrong? It's one of those things where you have to. And it's hard because you can't really go through a normal trial for this to get the facts. But one of the things that I read on our social media right now is that somebody's family member was involved in all this, and they said that they'd go in for, it was a running joke that they'd go in for an elbow injury and he'd tell you to drop your drawers.
Yeah.
As a parent, and I've got a stepson who's very close to college, 2 years away from college. Maz, you've got girls that are going to college. Do you think that things are going to start to change in a sense where, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't feel comfortable, I don't care what college it is, with what I'm hearing now. And I think things will certainly start to change with the way that social media is coming, that people cannot get away with this anymore. So hopefully things will start to change in that aspect. But as a parent, I don't want my kids going to these team doctors. Do you think that they're going to start opening it up? And I understand that these team doctors are there for the interest of the team. But do you think that it's going to start to open up where I'm going to be able to say my child athlete can go and get evaluated by my doctor?
That's a good question. I don't think that's something that should be off the table. I know that they like the, the team doctor stuff is in place to streamline it. You have everything kind of there in one place, but at the end of the day, like we're human beings, and we have choices that we should be allowed to make. It's and the one thing I'll say, like I can't really speak to like what will happen on that front, but something that's been sort of unrelated but still somewhat related in terms of what players' rights are, what these families' rights are if they want their child to be sung by someone else, is that I think what we've seen over the last couple of years is that athletes are starting to realize that like they're the ones that it's in their hands now. Like they have a lot more power than was previously accepted or led to believe, and their voice matters. So and they're smart kids. I mean, these aren't kids, like they're young adults. These are people at University of Michigan. They're going to one of the most prestigious public universities in the country. Like they're capable of making these types of decisions. And I think that if that's on the table where, hey, I'm not 100% comfortable in being evaluated by a team doctor, I don't think that should be frowned upon, and I think that should be allowed. So yeah, I certainly think that, and I should say there's been nothing that's come out about any types of wrongdoing, since whenever it was 2003 or whatever. But for a long time we didn't hear about any of this either. So if it adds a layer of transparency to the process, I think that's something that can and should be on the table. So yeah, absolutely. I think that would be good.
Anthony, thank you so much, man. You guys got to read this guy. He's phenomenal. I'm so proud of him. Keep up the great work, and we'll follow you and talk about fun stuff soon, about Harbaugh and trees climbing up to get a recruit soon. I mean, that's got to be that's coming, man.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. I thought I was burned out on all that, but I would take any of that right now over this.
Amen.
So,
Thanks,
but
Anthony.
thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
We love you, man. Thank you very much.
You guys can...
Anthony Broome, SB Nation, Amazing Brew. And, this takes us to the NFL really quick. Look at the NFL, how they had to go and get an outside doctor now because of the concussions. And their doctor will be like, hey, let me see it. Pilar, how many fingers do I have up?
Right, exactly.
You good? All right, go ahead back into the game.
Yeah.
Now they have somebody else that's why the blue tent is on the sidelines, is because of all these concussions. And, of course, the NFL's covering their ass. And I'm sure that these new guys that they have coming in, they probably bought them off as well, to be perfectly frank. We can't be that naive to think that these other doctors aren't clearing players quicker either. But this is where things are changing. My daughters, obviously, when they have a physical, we go to our own doctor, and we turn the physical into the schools.
Sure.
Of course, if they're playing big-time college sports, that's going to be a little bit different.
Of course. But I still think that I don't care if you go to the most prestigious school. These are top schools in our nation that we're having these problems with. I feel that you should have the right to say, I don't want to go to a team doctor. I'm going to go to my own doctor. And if there's a discrepancy, then I'll go to a third doctor. But I don't want to go to another.
It doesn't matter. The bottom line is it's somebody you trust.
Absolutely.
Somebody that you mutually trust to get to the process. And it's so sad that this stuff has happened and come out, but the only way to fix it is to be transparent about it and move forward. So
absolutely. All right, guys, when we come back, it's going to be time for us to get to a little bit of me gusta or no me gusta, and also to D-Max hacking whack.
Ooh,
so
he's still
don't
hot.
go anywhere.
He's red hot.
You're tuning in to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. Hey friends, did you know that Sun RV Resorts has over 160 RV and camping resorts in the U.S. and Canada? Yes, they do, my friends. Guests can enjoy water parks, lazy rivers, miniature golf, restaurants, bars, and even Wi-Fi if they choose to stay connected, with locations from the Florida Keys to Myrtle Beach to San Diego Bay and even Petoskey, Michigan. Guests can enjoy the outdoors at a Sun RV Resort. All right, everybody, welcome back to The Hook on Woodward Sports Network. We are wrapping up our show here. Time has flown by, so let's get to me gusta or no me gusta with the news that Coach Bo knew some of the details.
Wait a minute. Bo what?
Schembechler?
Yes,
oh, wow,
yes.
Fish.
I thought everybody knew who Coach
there's no
Bo
divorce,
was.
there's no hook, divorce, Maz threatened. Oh, man, this is a whole thing. We don't have time to get into it. We'll
right,
talk about
and
it.
he knew-
Hearing it in Spanish.
He knew some of the details in the Dr. Anderson story. His statue should be removed in Ann Arbor. Me gusta o no me gusta? D-Mac.
Me gusta. It's culture. Did you look at anything like that? Remind you of it. Same thing. It's sad, but true.
Tom, I know that this hits you really hard. Te gusta o no te gusta?
It's in the cojones.
Can I abstain?
No, you have to say.
Can I plead the fifth?
No.
Technically, you probably could.
Yeah, you could, but that's not.
I'm pleading the fifth on this one.
Me gusta o no me gusta?
Me gusta, no me gusta, Maz.
He said he's pleading the fifth.
I'm pleading the fifth.
Fish, why you give him the cop out?
I didn't give him a cop out.
Well,
I just told him what he's saying.
I heard him. Fish.
He should answer. No.
Tom, man.
No, he
Look at
should
the tide
answer. But
turning
I'm
in
just
here.
relaying
Maz,
the
do
message
the right
what he said.
thing.
He should answer.
Do the right
But-
thing, Maz.
And
He's
that,
not
and
going to
let's
answer,
say-
but he should.
Let's say that should more reports come out that
Can Maz
confirms
reserve?
that he knew about it, right? That he knew about it because we're
I
saying
only
here
know that it was when his name pops up in these pages. He's not all over the pages.
Mhm.
He's at a couple different times that players gone up to him and he said, "Hey, get some balls," and he said, "Toughen up."
It's like we.
But if he knew,
Hey, coach, this doctor's
more-
grabbing my balls. I went in there for an elbow.
900 times. Anyways, let's not talk. Come on,
So,
we got go.
come on,
go.
we gotta go.
I got nothing.
Pass on it. He's taking
Okay.
apart.
I got nothing.
Easy. Te gusta o no te gusta?
I honestly didn't hear the question. I'm saying no me gusta. I feel like that's the right answer, but
So you're saying no, that they should leave the statue up?
oh, me gusta. Take him down.
Okay. Fish, te gusta o no te gusta?
Me gusta. People who want to remember him are still going to remember him whether that statue's up or down. So
True.
whether
True.
they take the statue down, people are still going to say, oh, Bo Schembechler is the best coach in Michigan.
Right. So I'm going to say, I feel that, look, this is still very much in the preliminary of a lot. They still have to do more investigation. It's investigating. It's hard that it's not going to be able to go into a normal trial. But I feel that if through more investigations, all these allegations turn out to be true, and through more investigations, they find out that Coach Bo did know, I do feel that the right thing to do out of respect for all these victims, if everything does turn out to be true, is to take down the statue. And, people will remember his great quotes, his greatness, and in the ways that they want to, but I don't think that it should be forced on all students and to see it there. So that's my take on it. All right, guys, let us know your thoughts. Te gusta o no me gusta on our social media at Woodward Sports. It is time for us to get to D-Mac's Hack and Whack PGA picks. What you got, my friend?
Go ahead, easy play it.
Go to a happy place.
Looked like me last weekend. Anyways, the Byron Nelson Invitational, the preview leading up to the next major, the PGA Championship next week. Yes, take some of the hot guys. This is where some of the money is. Jordan Spieth, who peeked his head out with the win last couple weeks ago, plus 1,200. Daniel Berger, plus 1,800. Scotty Scheffler looking for the win. And Hideki Matsuyama, who last start finished at plus 2,200 is great money. So a lot of guys looking to open up. Good field this weekend. But Pilar, tell the king that if he wants to win some cheddar, to
Again?
throw it on D-Max bets
Let it
back
ride.
to back.
Let it ride.
Or Friday we'll have NASCAR's pit boss.
All right.
And Derby picks.
And the Derby.
Well,
All right.
Preakness.
All right.
And NFL playoffs.
NHL playoffs.
Okay.
And NHL playoffs.
All right, guys. So let's get to our Who You Like. All right.
I like Maz.
D-Mac, who you like
I like
tonight?
Maz today. Maz
You
is
do.
my pick of the day.
Thanks,
but no,
man.
I saw what he is. I like the over in the Royals-Tigers game tonight.
All right.
I like that one. That's the one I had picked, and I gotta agree with him. When I go with when he's picking my pick, then I know that it's right. So
I got the Royals to trounce the Tigers tonight, snap that 9-game losing streak. Danny Duffy, minus 156. It's still a good bet. Braves, just a slight favorite over the Jays today. I like them. Put the parlay together, you get a 2-1. So if you put $50 up, you're getting back 100. So Braves and Royals tonight.
Easy. Who you like?
I'm trying something new. I'm going to parlay under half a run in the first inning of each baseball game. Shout out to the homie Jay Jury. He told me to try this out. It's going to be an experiment, but that's what I'm doing. If you guys want to lose your money, do the same thing.
You betting every game under a half?
I'm gonna go for 5 a night.
So 1-0, you lose.
No, under a half of the first inning.
Yeah. So if it's 1-0 in the first inning, you're out.
Yeah.
Correct.
So he's hoping that the heaters come out of the
It's
gate,
who
the
you
horses
like.
come out strong.
There's some great pitching
Okay.
matchups tonight.
Let's go, Fish.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to you after the show. We'll get that.
Who we like? Who we like, Fish?
If he wins all these games, his record's gonna skyrocket.
Right?
He's not going to win them all. Don't worry.
All right.
I'm gonna have a tough time tracking it. Thank you. We do not have normal Thursday night football. We, however, have minor league Thursday night football. North Sydney Bears. I'm taking them over the West Magpies, and then you got Melbourne City over Adelaide in soccer football.
Yeah, Magpies suck this shit. They're not playing well. Everybody's down on the Magpies.
Mikey TikTok, I just saw what you wrote to me on Facebook.
Yeah.
And I do not appreciate it.
Naming the entire freaking roster. All right, guys.
I gave you the Preakness yesterday. That's all. 10 horses
Today. It's been a great time hanging with all you guys. Thank you so
Where are
much
my
to
horses?
everybody who contributed to our social media at Woodward Sports. For Jay for calling in, and congrats on your win today. Our friend Spiro, thank you so much for calling in as well. For Fish, for Mikey TikTok, who was on our social media today, for Easy D, for Tom Mazaway, and D-Mac, I'm Pilar Laster. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for tuning in.
I want
to
to
The
ask my
Hook.
horses one question. Am I going to beat the living daylights out of Mike after the show?
Yes.
Yeah. I want to see him.
No.
There they are. Yes.
That sounds like close
Yes,
the show. You
I
ruined it.
am.
Pilar.
I'm gonna hold
There's
them down.
Pilar going to you boys. Boys. See you tomorrow, guys.